what's up, everybody? Welcome here to Pop Culture Philosophers. Welcome, in fact, to the monthly comic book review, the award-winning monthly comic book review. And speaking of comic book awards, let me let everybody know real quick, November 1st, which is Saturday night, I believe it's 8 p.m. Central. I could be wrong on that, but I believe it's 8 p.m. Central. The CBC Awards are airing. So everybody go check out the CBC Awards. Some of your favorite YouTubers have been invited to that show. I just realized my camera's way off. Actually, last night, I remember hitting it. My camera's way off. Anyway, tonight we're talking about the best comic books of the month. You know what we do. We're here to do it yet again. We got Nick from Comic Culture. What's up, my man?
What's up? And some of your favorite comic book YouTube guys aren't on that, but you know, whatever. That's totally fine. I'm okay, Robbie. I'll heal.
Okay. Everybody really, let's make a concerted effort to nominate Nick next year again.
No, I don't want it.
Really, well, fuck you, man. Yeah, you do. I know you do, man. We should start wearing them around like our necks, like with chains and shit, like this bling, you know, like it's 2005 and we're rappers or something. I would love that. Speaking of 2005 rappers, it's Stu from Dr. Doom's fan club. My man.
You mean
Locked
speaking of fellow nominees?
Office.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Indeed. What did you say? I'm sorry. I stepped all over you.
No, I said you meant fellow nominees, right?
Yeah.
There you go.
All right. God damn it. Jesus. Yeah. Thanks.
Thank you for being here, Stu.
Yeah. Thanks for having me.
All right. Well, here is a winner of a CBC award or 2 or 3 or 4. It's Jim Mint from Jim Mint Collectibles. What's up, homie?
Hey, what's going on, everybody? What's up, Robbie? Yeah, I gotta unpack some of those, man. Gotta decorate a little bit, dust off my awards. But
how insulting is that? He's like, I haven't even unpacked these motherfuckers yet.
Yeah.
No, but big shout out to them, man. It's super cool for them to highlight. You gotta nominate your favorite content creators. Did they do the? They didn't do the drawings yet, right?
No, it's the reveal is Saturday night. Is Saturday night, and I think I might have won something because Brian sent me a link. So I think I might have won something this year because last year I was like, he didn't send me a link. Oh no.
Dang.
That's the tell. Yeah, for sure.
I think so. So who knows? Maybe I finally fucking beat Comic Pop in some category. I don't know. But speaking of beating Comic Pop, this dude met Sal on the streets of New Jersey, even though he is out there on the West Coast, and beat the fuck out of him, man. It was really a big controversy, but we've kept it under the rug. It's Eric from 9 Panel Grid, and all that is a joke. What's up, E? How you doing?
I told you that in confidence, Robbie, and I can't believe that you would just let the okay, it's fine. I'm glad to be holding it down for all us, CBC snubs. Some of us didn't make the list, all right, and lost the previous year, but that's okay. That's okay. I'm happy for all of the nominees out there.
Bro, I was the most nominated last year, and I didn't win shit. So I don't want to hear it, man. I get it. All right, like everybody's like, how are you the most? It's like at the Oscars, and somebody's like, oh, this is the heaviest nominated fucking movie of the year. They didn't win shit, right? I feel like that. I don't even know. I'm sure there's a movie out there like that, but we're not talking about that because we love the CBC Awards. We love Brian. We love the community. It's always fun. However, we're getting into the CBC award-winning show, the monthly comic book review. In fact, y'all, we're all winners because we won for this show, this exact show that we're doing, where we're going to be talking about our favorite comic books of October. Now, before we got going, I said I thought October might be a little bit of the weakest month of the year for comics. So I'm really excited to see what we talk about for our favorite comics. So Nick, why don't you kick us off with your pick of the month? Let's go.
Let's do it. It's going to be a coin flip between these two, but I think we're going to end up talking about both of these. So I'm going to pick which one I want to. We're going to start with Universal Monsters, The Invisible Man issue number 3. James Tynion, Danny, Brad Simpson, Becca Carey. Holy shit. Yeah. Jem, there it is, man. That cover alone is probably in the top 5 for me of the year. Just covers in general. What an incredible story that was. I love the fact that the cover tied directly into the story as well. We don't really see that a lot. So that cover alone get your attention immediately. Then you get into the pages and you realize how connected that is. The opening splash page you see right there from Danny, absolutely incredible. I don't think that issue went on Kinetic just yet, but damn, I cannot wait to see what that page is going to go for. That'll be incredible. But the relationship between our Invisible Man and like this subject, this patient, right, that he's dealing with right now, this like lost kid from the street, experimenting with all these different formulas and whatnot, trying to perfect it, trying to advance it from like the rodent, cat, dog stage to a human trial, and what goes wrong, and that whole psychology and that inner monologue and the frustration that he has and how he explains it and everything. I love that. I love being in the mind of this person as he's formulating this thing, trying to perfect it, trying to keep everything secret and everything. That's a great perspective. And I think Tynan is doing the best job in the Universal Monster line of setting that foundation and, giving us a story there, because like, what is the story? Well, we can play around with the original movies. We need to change the perspective. Either it's a character we didn't focus on a lot, or maybe it's something that's happening before the events of that, something like that. Like, I think he's doing a great job of developing a story there, and he's doing a hell of a job with Invisible Man. It's one of my favorite books of the year right now. Every issue I love. Danny, I don't need to say much. She's incredible. I think we all love her art style. And man, I'm having a great time with the story. I'm loving this issue. Issue number 3 is out this month, and it blew me away.
Hell yeah. I love that book. And by the way, Michael, I love your comment. We are all dressed up as comic book YouTubers, except for Stu. He's just dressed up as just a normal guy.
I'm sorry I don't have fucking neon lights behind me.
I'm just glad you got a new mic. Anyway, so moving on. I love the Invisible Man. Nick, you were there, right? When we did it for March Madness, we did the original Universal movie.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I love the H.G. Wells novel. I love the Universal Monsters movie, which was directed by James Whale, one of my favorite directors of that era. My favorite director pre-Hitchcock, right, is James Whale. He did Bride of Frankenstein. He did Frankenstein. He did The Old Dark House. He did Journey's End. He did Showboat. He did The Invisible Man, Claude Rains. And were you on the retailer call for The Mummy where James was there and he like drops this information that him and Danny are doing Invisible Man? I lost my shit, bro. I was just like, what a perfect team. And he mentioned, and I think he even said this in one of the essays in the back matter or something, that I agreed to do Dracula, but I really wanted to do the Invisible Man, because the idea about the Invisible Man is that he's a monster before the chemicals seep into him, right?
Yeah, it makes him worse, right?
Yeah, it's a prequel to that movie, and it works so incredibly well on that level. And Danny, her art is absolutely amazing. Anything Danny does, I'm buying. Like straight up. I love this book. I think it's great. Stu, what do you think?
Oh man, my favorite issue so far. I thought Tinian's writing on this one was especially sharp, start to finish. I loved how it started off with that ominous little, scene with those ladies in the night missing their friend, and then him stalking about, and poor Tommy in that experiment gone wrong. It was, Danny delivering those moments where Jack turns the mirror on him and he sees what he's become. And then, dude, when he gets into that skeletal state, was like some of my favorite. And then with like that panel where it's just his glowing eyes there in the darkness, like as he finally goes full invisible, was just like one of my favorite panels of the year. So I think it's been brilliant. I echo everything that Robbie said. I love what they've done with this character and how they've added to the lore and really brought something, new and unique to it. I think it's really stands out among the Universal line in that way. So it's been a delight through 3 issues. I can't wait to see where it goes. But Danny's artwork, we can't say enough good things about it. Just like all the heavy shadows, the angles with Jack's face. My favorite thing is the negative space avatar when he's snatching and killing all these people. It's just it's just brilliant, man. So she's just built for this book, and Brad Simpson is such a compliment, a beautiful compliment.
Yes, yeah. So, I'm glad you mentioned Simpson. His coloring is stellar. Yeah. It's like Brad Simpson to Danny is Dave Stewart to Mike Mignola. To me, right? Like absolutely. It's that important, that incredible. And D, I agree with you. I think that so far Invisible Man and Frankenstein have been the strongest of the Universal line from Skybound, which I love all of these books because I love Universal Monsters. The only one I haven't liked has been the Ron V. Dan Waters one, which still blows my fucking mind when you really think about it. Yeah.
I have a theory.
ahead.
I have a theory that they didn't bring Rom and Dan into the party and into the conversation, and they were like, "Yeah, just write a monster book." And then they didn't get the memo because every other Universal monster book has the exact same formula.
They're
They focus
either
on
a
the original
prequel
movie from
or
a
they
different
take
perspective.
Yeah, they're either a prequel or they take place during the movie,
Yeah,
right?
they're another character from another section of the movie as it's happening.
Yeah, like
Mummy was the same way.
The Dracula from James and Martin, right?
Martin.
Is fantastic, right? Because it's a movie within a movie. So is Frankenstein, but Invisible Man works as a prequel. The Mummy works as a movie within a movie, really elaborating on another character
From Helen's point of view. Yeah,
from Helen's point of view. Yeah, the Zeta Johann character.
Mhm.
Absolutely love it, Jim. What do you think about the Invisible Man?
It's almost as good as Hollow Man, but no, I had the book out.
Yes.
Fuck out of here.
Talk about it, dude.
Kevin Bacon, Hollow Man. It was a great movie. You can see his wang, even though it's a little translucent. Anyway, yeah, I like the whole trials of the serum on the animals from small to large, from mouse to cat. And then with the human, there's levels to that as well. So he's doing like, okay, now just the skin's invisible. Let's get rid of the muscle, the bone. And then the M. Night Shyamalan twist at the end, man. I didn't see it coming. Maybe other people did. I'm kind of dumb like that. But when it hit, I was like, oh, do we do spoilers? We do spoilers on this show, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
He's not even the Invisible Man. Like, that shit came out of nowhere to me. And it's like, now this crazy homeless guy or whatever he was, now he's the Invisible Man. Now he's running free. It was excellent, man. And they did all that in just 3 issues. It really just this one issue. But it did build up in those first 2. But it was he told a lot of a story in just those few amount of issues.
Hell yeah. Only one more left. We'll see what happens, but I think it's going to end very strongly, especially with that artwork. What about you, E? What do you think about this book?
I mean, it's awesome. I agree with you, Robbie. I think that this and Frankenstein are definitely the strongest contenders amongst all of the Universal Monster properties for the books that we've gotten. The cover, though, I mean, like, I agree with everything you guys have said here, and like this last spot, it's hard to say anything new that you guys haven't said already. But one of the things that we gripe about a lot in the comic book community is the cover kind of giving us that rope-a-dope. It's like, oh, it's promising so much. It's like, wait a minute, Havoc's not even in this issue. Like, what's going on here? This might be the best summation of a storyline just based on the cover itself, man. This tells so much of the story that we get within the actual issue of the book here. It's awesome, right? And that's like compliments to Danny, right? That's her composition, that's her layout, that's kind of her understanding like what Tynan is putting on the page for the narrative. It's really, really great stuff here. And Stu, I'm glad that you called out Brad Simpson, because that's exactly what I wanted to talk about too. It's hard to kind of provide something that is the idea of the Invisible Man. How do you draw something that is not there? Brad Simpson's colors, the stark whites that we get, because like they play with the negative space, like kind of like the dude sitting on the bed and you see the indentation of the guy sitting there. But when they're attacking, or when the guy is actually like thinking about when he will be invisible and he's taking out all those people in his mind, like when they have the stark white figure that is like, doing all these things, that's perfect, right? And that's all Brad Simpson doing that. So like he is truly someone that deserves kudos for this book.
Absolutely. So first pick out of the gate from Nick. We all agree. We love the book. Even if you can't see it, you can't deny the impact of this book. So hell yeah, The Invisible Man, one of the strongest books of the month. It was on my list. Stu, I'm curious, what's at the top of your list? What's your pick of the month?
All right, let's see. I'm gonna switch it up a little bit. Go Sacrificers, issue 16. Rick and Max return with a vengeance, man. It was incredible finally getting the pigeon and Roko's showdown, and it was everything we wanted. I mean, it was just I love how they staged this break. I thought it was a brilliant issue to come back with, kind of giving us this finale of the fight. There were so many crazy moments. For me, my number one, homeboy Roko's drinking his brother through a straw, was absolutely fucking bananas. So I gotta shout out that creative team, man, and that book has just been so solid and such an enjoyable ride. Even now here with the dust settling on this battle, Pigeon's sister and Saluna and their arcs and where it's going to go from here, I'm still so invested. I cannot wait to go. Even with Pigeon's death being such a solemn fact, but man, this one has been incredible series from Giant Generator. So yeah, shout out to them. Sacrificers number 16.
I think it's one of Rick Remender's best works that he's done. I'm loving this book. As I'm reading this issue, which was what 16, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes.
16.
And it's
Yep.
on my list. I just had to cross it off. So that's nice. I'm glad you picked another great banging comic book. But as I'm reading it, I'm like, is this the last issue? Like, I wasn't ready for this to be the final issue. I was really expecting, I was like, fuck, dude, like this is it. But there's more. And the issue does such a great job of feeling like an epic finale, but at the same time setting up a very interesting twist into the direction of this story. I think Sacrificers is amazing. Having Max back is great. Andre is going to be going back and forth with him for this final
okay
arc,
with
because I do
that,
believe this is the final arc, right? But
yeah, he's been brilliant already.
it's great. It's such a good book. Jim, are you reading this one?
I am not reading this one. This is Rick Remender, though.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Yeah.
I am reading Escape, though. I'll tell you what, Rick Remender on Escape has been amazing as an honorable mention. But no, I haven't checked this one out. It's Sacrificers, and it's on what? Who publishes it?
Image.
Image.
Image
Yeah.
and
Oh, it's
Giant
Image.
Generator. Yeah.
Sacrificers, and it's on issue 16 already.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
the
don't know
release
how-
schedule really sucks. So we
I
haven't had an
haven't-
issue in a while.
Yeah, I
haven't
think the
even
last
seen
issue
it.
was like months ago. So, but
Yeah,
yeah,
it
you
was. Been a
definitely need
minute.
it. I would recommend it 100%. E, what do you think?
Yeah, this was definitely on my list as well. And the crazy thing, like Robbie, you were talking about this feeling like a finale, and it absolutely does. I'm looking at the cover here, and this is part 1 of 6 of a story arc. This is the beginning of a story arc. And I mean, and it feels like a finale. That's
Oh,
like,
you're right.
yeah, the
Oh, hell
gravitas
yeah.
that
I
this
didn't even
is. Yeah.
notice that.
Wow.
That's really, really freaking cool. I think we're all Remender fans amongst us here. I would argue that this is maybe the most nuanced book that he has ever put out, because like, do we have a main character? Yeah, kind of, sort of. But there have been times in this series where you feel weird about rooting for your main character, and you don't know if his intentions are true and pure. And you could say the same thing about the gods, and the way that this issue ends too really makes you think about how things are going to play out, because then you've had the child of the gods, Seluna, and she's been on this journey of understanding the sacrificees and kind of seeing their trials and tribulations, and now she has a chance to understand both perspectives, the gods and the sacrifices, and now she's going to have to make a choice on what happens next. Like, there's so many avenues that he can take with this, and I think that was kind of the mission statement when he pitched this book and started putting it out, was like, we're going to see a lot of different viewpoints here. This is not an easy book to just kind of digest. There's so much to take from it. And man, 16 issues in, mission accomplished so far. Like, this is delivering on that aspect through and through. And yeah, you already said it. The artwork, I made the mistake in one of the previous shows of this, mistaking Fiumara for Andres' artwork. But I'm going to say that as a kudos, man. Like, I screwed up, but their artwork is so clean and so in line with one another that, like, yeah, it's very fitting. It's like, it doesn't take you out of the experience.
Which is very odd, because Arahu's artwork is not like Fiumara's.
No, Max has so much more flair. Andres would feel like much more grounded, but it's cool how they find it in between.
Yes, exactly. So yeah, I mean, yeah, this is a fantastic pick. This has been one of my favorite books that's been coming out over the last couple of years.
You know, one thing I really love about Rick Remender is, even when he's working for a corporate entity like Marvel, like he did Uncanny X-Force, Jerome Opeña was the first artist there. He went through a bunch of artists in that book. He kept the same colorist, and it was intentional to him to convey and communicate to his art team to keep like the same vibe and feel and flavor even throughout the different styles. And that's hard to do, especially at Marvel, because Marvel doesn't want the creators to talk to each other at all, right? Because they're afraid they're going to go off and make an image book together or something like that. But yeah, I love it, and I think the consistency of the art, even when it switches, it blows me away. Because other times in comics, when a new artist comes in, it takes you out of things, especially if it happens within the same book. But Nick, what do you think about Sacrificers? I know you're a fan.
Oh yeah, I love it. And to Eric's point, I really love how you just don't know who the main character is. In this one right here, we're gonna have some tough decisions. So Seluna's gonna have to figure some stuff out, right? She's now has an opportunity to wield that power. Her dad's phasing out. She's been kicked. She's been shoved in the dirt. You know, she's been trying to play the hero as of late, but she's gonna have that temptation coming really soon. So it's gonna be interesting to see what she does with that power. So yeah, I'm all for it, man. It's a very compelling great story.
Oh yeah, I feel like I've seen Jim Ment just now in the last 5 minutes going through his email, trying to find all of the Sacrificers PDFs that he missed out on. It's a great book, man.
They purge it after a couple weeks, man.
Yeah, they do.
Those links are time sensitive, bro.
Yeah, they do. I hate it when I go back and like, oh fuck, I missed that. Let me read it real quick, and you're like, it's gone. And you're like, oh no. Anyway, Jim Ment, what about you? What's your pick of the month, man?
So it's funny, man. Like when you said that you thought October was kind of weak, I was like, man, I felt like there was a lot of great stuff this month. But then when you're like, okay, what was the best one out of the month? Then I was like, damn, that's kind of hard to say. Like, I don't know that nothing really sticks out as like, boom, this was the best one. I think it's easy to say something like this, like Absolute Batman 13, Dragata, Snyder, incredible. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring it to the age of revelation. We're going to bring it Marvel core over here, like you guys love to do. And I'm giving it to Omega Kids. Was a crazy ass issue, man. Who was that? Tony Fleece.
Yep.
And who's this? Andres Genolet. How do you say that? Fernando.
I don't remember who the artist is.
So the Age of Revelation, some of those tie-ins you don't have to read. Some of them I've been enjoying. I really did like that Undead Pool one as well. But
that was your pick of the week, right?
No, it was up there though. It was
close though, right?
Second in line for sure. No, but with Omega Kids, you have Quentin Quire. He works for Revelation. He's trying to uphold Revelation's dream, and he's training the next batch of super psychics. And he's in this nice facility, and it's like he's got it going on. He's like the new Professor X almost. And another one that has like an M. Night Shyamalan hook to it. So quick spoiler alert in 3, 2, 1, go. He's not in no nice-ass facility. The kids have broken free, and they've got him mind-trapped. It was a trippy ass. I didn't see it coming. Maybe I should have seen it, but I'm a big fan of Quentin Quire. He's kind of the bad guy training these kids. They're breaking free. I don't know. It's the one that sticks out for me the most. And I figured I'd show Marvel some love.
As soon as you mentioned the Age of Revelation, I was just going to be like, oh, bro, no, don't do this. Don't do this. Okay. Because me and you are doing the same thing that none of these other three asshats are decided to do, where we're going to read this shit. We're going to read Age of Revelation, and we're going to because we got to read it so that you out there watching don't have to. Right.
But I'll tell you what, though, there hasn't been one that I read that, well, there was one, but one that I couldn't finish that I was like, this is so terrible. Like, some of them were just not needed, but like Long Shots, I really disliked Long Shots. I don't know what it was about it, but
dude, I guess because it was the worst. And Hickman is the co-writer on that one, man.
Damn, what is he on? What is he doing these days, man?
He's high as shit doing coke. I don't know. He's like just letting AI do it. I don't know what it is, man. Maybe Jerry.
He's like holed up in like some Vegas.
Yeah, right. He's like,
well, if that's the case,
right now.
If that's the case, I'm not even mad at him. But it was just, I think what you said in your video, Robbie, made sense. Like, it's supposed to be goofy and funny, but like, I didn't really want to read that, especially to tie in with this big event that we're reading all these tie-ins. But there were some surprises. I like the binary. How do you say that? Binary?
Yeah, binary was good.
Binary.
I thought I was gonna hate it. I was like, yo, that's actually kind of dope. And Omega Kids, I really liked the different branches they got going on with this thing, man. I've been having fun with it.
So with the Age of Revelation, so obviously it's the 30th anniversary of the Age of Apocalypse, so they're like doing that. And Doug Ramsey, if you're not familiar, Doug Ramsey has taken on as the heir of Apocalypse. 10 years down the road, he becomes full-on Revelation, releases a virus that either kills humans or turns them into mutants, starts taking over the United States slowly. There are pockets of resistance. It's an interesting concept, kind of spearheaded by Jed MacKay. Amazing X-Men was solid. If you want to read Age of Revelation, all you got to read is anything with McKay's name on it. That's all you need. Everything else inconsequential to the main story, right?
Amazing X-Men would be my second one out of the Age of Revelation books. Like Omega Kids and then Amazing X-Men was great.
Yeah, I would agree with that, man, because I was really surprised by Omega Kids. Now, obviously, Tony's a homie of mine, and I will always kind of respect his work. He's doing great stuff with Feral right now. He's done great stuff before with Stray Dogs. He had a really great run on The Thing that just wrapped up. And Tony's a good guy. He's super. I've had beers with this guy, right? Super cool. And I'm not saying this because I like Tony. I'm saying this because I'm a fan of great comics, and I'm a fan of Kid Omega. Like Quentin is awesome. Ever since New X-Men, when Grant took over that book, and introduced us to Quentin Quire, I was on board with this character. And what a neat, cool twist. It really took me by surprise. Jem, you're not the only one. When I was reading that book and I got to the ending, I was like, well, holy shit, an Age of Revelation book that made me want to read the next issue. That's awesome. So I think that most of them haven't quite worked for me. I think the first week started solid. The second week was okay. Then I think honestly, I just kind of got tired of it, right? There's a lot of books. Like, dude, my buddy Brooks, y'all know Brooks. Brooks is like the guy who's like, I want any title on my sub list that's to do with anything X-Men related.
Yeah.
This poor fucking guy.
He's buying all of them?
Yeah.
Brooks is buying all those?
Oh, he also buys all the Star Wars books from Marvel, bro. So like he's
Age of Revelation is not that bad. It's going to be an omnibus, so that's going to be fun, I'm sure. Well, as long as there's enough issues. But I like that the Revelation is like this Apocalypse character, but he's also kind of like Purple Man. But Apocalypse is still around. They actually just had to visit Apocalypse on Mars, I think, in the last issue.
Yeah.
So I want to see Apocalypse versus Revelation. I think it's dope, man. But it is weird that they're doing this and Jeff Loeb is doing something else in the Age of Apocalypse. Which, where
he's bringing the Age of Apocalypse people into the MCU, into the Marvel universe. So,
but also he dropped one issue, and that was like over a month ago already. Like, yo, where's that shit at?
And the next one's coming, and it was like it's so confusing, especially as a retailer. I'm ordering these books. It's like I thought I already ordered issue number 1 of this. What the fuck is going on? Like, I'm so confused. E, did you read Omega Kids?
Are you ready to apologize for calling me an asshat?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I read it. I did.
Dang.
Man,
I'm sorry, Eric.
There we go.
I'm sorry. That's like what's his name? I can't think of it right now. Anyway.
Yeah. The 15th was I think it was that came out on the 15th. It was weak. All right, let's just call it what it is. That was a week of comics. So I dove in and I skimmed through a couple of these. I read Iron and Frost. I read Omega Kids and some other one. Yeah, and man, I shouldn't have started with Iron and whatever. That one was kind of whack. But like, so the feeling I got from Omega Kids was very similar to a mini series that Brian Wood did in the Wolverine and the X-Men era, where it was Quentin Quire, and he kind of had Logan and Armor trapped in this like headspace that was like kind of like a video game, kind of not. It had that feeling towards it. So, and I'm a big fan of the Quentin Quire character, of course. Like, came out, Grant Morrison created him. Like, I'm here for that character. I think that he's at a really good stretch of time, but overall, I feel like they're not doing the character 100% justice, though, because we've gotten so many spoilers and so many things about who this person can be. And maybe this is me placing expectations on him, but like, damn it, the creator said he was going to become the Phoenix, right? We had multiple people say that. I'm waiting for that to catch up to that Quentin Quire. This one, it was fun. Like, I think that of the 3 that I read, it definitely was the most effective Age of Revelations issue. Did it blow my mind? Did it make me want to read everything? Did it make me like be reinvested with X-Men? I can't say that it did.
Yeah, and to be fair, I don't think it reads like any of the other Age of Revelation books anyway. So it's not like you're missing out on a bunch of that. Yeah,
but that's the strength too. So like
100%. Yep.
All right. So one thing I've learned today is to not assume that people are asshats, and I should watch more of E's on the pull list videos that he drops. I believe on Sundays. You drop those, right?
Wow, you don't even know, Robbie. It's okay.
Shit,
I'm not gonna hold a grudge. I'm not gonna.
Sunday? Is it Sunday, Eric? Is it Sunday?
It might be Sunday.
Whatever. Nick, are you an asshat or are you a cool kid? What do you think about this?
I mean, it depends on your perspective, I suppose. But I don't know. I've certainly been called both. No, I didn't read this one, and not because I don't know, man. It's just there's just a lot of Marvel books coming out with covers of characters that I'm just not too familiar with, and I don't have the time or energy to figure it out. So. And I see them every single week. There seems like there's 2 or 3 new X-Men books coming out, and I just don't have the energy to figure out where that fits. So yeah, I skipped this one.
You know what? I think that makes you a cool kid, honestly. But have you ever read Grant Morrison's New X-Men, Nick?
No, I have not gotten to that one yet.
All right.
I read the omnibus, I loved it.
I know
that Astonishing followed up. I loved it as well.
Yeah. E and Stu, you guys got to get on this. You got to do a revisit of New X-Men with Nick, because it's my favorite X-Men run, and at the time people hated it, And now a lot of people kind of respect it. Stu, what about you, man?
Yeah. I'm not reading it like any of these Age of Revelation books.
I don't
man.
blame anybody, by the way, for skipping.
Well, dude, I'm worn out with Marvel, and it's depressing to me, kind of like what has happened to X-Men. I did read a bunch of like the wave that they tried to launch this last run, you know, when they came out of the Krakoa era, and I just, you know, I think it fell flat, and now I just don't know. It just feels like they're throwing a whole bunch of shit at the wall and trying to see what sticks. And it's like, I don't know. There's some creators that I love and that I'm interested in, you know, seeing what they do over there. But like, until I really hear about something being incredible, like it's just hard for me to latch on and be inspired to read it. But it bothers me because, like, if you take a look at what Batman has been to DC this year, man, that's what X-Men should be to Marvel all the time. And it sucks that it's kind of like mired in this, you know, here and there. We got a couple titles that work, but I don't know. I don't feel like it's working as a whole at all.
I'm holding out so much hope that if the Ultimate line ends like they truly say it's going to end, that all that talent will be pulled into the 616 and make Marvel proper good.
That's not going to happen. I guarantee you.
I know. I don't. Yep.
I've heard things from behind the scenes too. That's not going to happen. I think like Marvel ending the Ultimate line. Like, I get it. It makes sense. Like, you're actually doing. This is so weird. So when Hickman comes on and does the X-Men with House of X, Powers of 10, right? We're all so excited for this Krakoan era. And then they decide, Marvel does, to ditch Hickman's plan and elongate it, which leads to Hickman leaving the book. And then it just keeps spiraling into nobody gives a shit, right? So I'm actually happy that Hickman said, I got a 2-year plan. And they said, you know what? We're going to do your 2-year plan. You pick the creative teams and we're going with it. And if you say it ends, it ends. So I appreciate that. But you should have done that with his X-Men run, because this wasn't even his idea. He kind of inherited this from Donny Cates. This was a Donny Cates idea. He was supposed to be the guy in charge of the Ultimate Universe. And then he's kind of been on this. He's just not in the picture right now for Marvel, right? And so they brought in Hickman. He said 2 years. They said fine. But man, as a comic book retailer, these are the only Marvel books that are working for me right now at my shop. So, like, why are you ending what works? And to be honest, I don't think Jonathan and Dennis and Peach, maybe Brian, but I even think I think they might fricking be done, man. I really do. But with Marvel is what I'm saying. And I would understand why. Anyway, that was an interesting pick and a great conversation. I really wanted to bring up Age of Revelation tonight, and I couldn't figure out how to do it without being like, what was the worst shit of the month? But
You're welcome.
Thank you. What about you, E? What's your pick of the month, man? Is it another Age of Revelation book? Please tell me it is. That would be great.
Oh my gosh. Well, I did mention the Iron and Frost book, but no. Man, I'm debating between two books here, but I'm kind of sitting in the Greg seat, and I feel like I have a responsibility sitting in the Greg seat to bring up a Greg book, right? So Nick, when you're doing your tallies here, this is 100% for Greg here. Let's talk about Batman and Robin, the finale that just came out, and maybe this is a little bit recency biased, but goddamn, did I love this book? And it was, man, I've loved the series first and foremost, right? But this issue felt different than what the series has delivered so far, which is like there's been a lot of, I don't know, trials and tribulations. There's been a little bit of heartache, right? There's been a lot that the dynamic duo has had to go through. And this is the first issue, and it's the finale, where I feel like the tone totally shifts, but it delivers a different experience, like through and through. This is joyful. This is hopeful. It's classic. It's even a little campy, but it does so in such a great way to honor these characters and honor like the lore, the mythology, everything that is about Batman and Robin. And what a beautiful way to do so. Again, like we talk about the gravity that year one holds as a title. It delivered. It just delivered through and through. And it made me just appreciate Batman from a different aspect, perspective, and Robin, right? Because Batman and Robin, their relationship was cemented in this in a way that I don't think I've experienced in any other series. It was a really special book. I know a lot of people have been trade waiting this or waiting for the collected edition. I'm jealous. I'm just straight up jealous of all of them because they get to experience it for the first time. And I have already gotten to that point now. I'll never have that feeling again, but they will. So Batman and Robin, like, y'all are going to love it when you read it for the first time here. And if you have, man, you already know. You already know. This is beautiful.
You know, we may not be able to read it for the first time, but we are going to be able to read it for the first time all in one sitting.
That is true. Yes.
And what a beautiful book. What a great book. On my video this week, I compared it to things like Batman Year One, Long Halloween. Not saying it's as good as some of those books. I don't think it's as good as Year One, which I think is probably the best starter comic book in existence, is Batman Year One by Frank Miller and David Mazzucchelli. By the way, Frank Miller just did a podcast interview with Tim Ferriss, who is a guy I follow, and I watched that. And Tim's not a comic book guy. And so it was really interesting to see Frank on a show from a not comic book guy who is familiar with comics. So that was a really good show. That is, I would love to see the unedited long form of that because it's kind of cut down a little bit. But I think the book is up there as far as a retailer. I love books that I can sell every year, right? Like I can sell Batman Year One any day to somebody. I can sell Infinity Gauntlet to anybody any day. I can sell Long Halloween. I can sell Superman for All Seasons. Batman and Robin Year One is going to be one of those books. People know Batman. They know Robin. They want to know that story. It's one of the best usages of Clayface I've seen since maybe that One Bad Day. I mean, that One Bad Day by Lansing and Kelly, I believe, right? Like that was actually pretty good.
That was awesome.
And I hear they're using that for the basis of the Mike Flanagan movie that they're doing, but I don't have too much of high hopes for Mike Flanagan, but we'll see what happens there. I don't know. I really like this book, and I thought it was a super solid ending. I think it's great, and I think anybody who's missed out, just read it. It's something that I think we're all going to be reading for years to come. What about you, Nick? What do you think?
Yeah, I love that book. I love the series, and yeah, there's going to be a hardcover coming out. I think there's going to be a trade or a soft cover as well. So you could definitely catch up if you haven't read it yet. It's one of those timeless. It's timeless. It's full of drama. It makes you smile at the end. It'll bring up a tear here and there. There's lots of high stakes. It's so much family in it. Lots of detective work and everything. So if you're just into like a classic Batman vibe, man, if you want something that brings you back to Year One or animated adventure, whatever it might be, that's a perfect book for you. If you want something a little bit more dangerous and gritty, man, go towards Dark Patterns. If you want to, there's a lot of great Batman books are out right now, but I think Proper, Patterns, and this one, man, Year One is, man, those are the standout Batman books of the year. And it's just a perfect story from start to finish. Every issue is spectacular. Every issue has been like, not pick of the week, but man, it's in that top 3 or 4 every single time. And it's a solid story. And I'm glad we got a nice compact, format coming out very soon that we can just enjoy. So it's a great read, man. Let's check it out.
Hell yeah. 100% agree. What about you, Stu?
I adore it, man. I've said this before, I'm sure, but Sam Nee, I think, is doing some career best work. Mateus Lopez on the colors. For me, this one, y'all, that moment where they're climbing up the side of the building just gave me Batman 66 vibes.
Oh, yeah.
I was expecting Vincent Price to pop his head up or something, right?
I freaked out, man. That was amazing. And I really love the dialogue in this last issue between Bruce and Dick. And it was great to see things resolved on the Bruce Wayne, on the legal side of things with, like how that all came together. And it was dope, man. This has been such an incredible series. Like you guys said, I love the amalgam of influences it carries. And it's such a beautiful, timeless, evergreen, accessible Batman book that will, live on and on forever. So shout out to all involved. It's great that, I've always loved Sam Nee's Battober, and it's just great that he has like an all-time Batman story now to his name. So,
absolutely. And dude, Wade works so well with Chris, right? Like Mark and Chris together it's so weird. You don't usually see a comic book writer 3 decades or 4 decades maybe into his career doing work at this level, right? Like Chris Claremont wasn't doing what he did at the beginning of his career 30 years later. Mark Waid's doing some of the best work of his career right now. And it's blowing me away, especially when he's involved with Chris Samney, which, by the way, if anybody hasn't read it, they did a Black Widow run together. That is absolutely fantastic. That's all collected in one collection. And get that now, because we all know Marvel sucks at keeping trades in print. So like get that now. Now, Jim, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that this is one you missed out on because of you kind of took a break from weekly comics. But I think last month we kind of sold you a little bit on this book.
Well, this came out. Dang, got a frog in my throat. Fees in the back.
What if a frog just literally jumped out of his throat right now? What would we all do? We'd just be like,
excuse me, coughing on the mic.
David Blaine.
No, so this issue came out last Wednesday, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
No, today. Or I mean, this Wednesday.
Yesterday.
Yesterday.
Oh, okay, yeah. Because I remember seeing it, and I'm like, I would have read it, but I'm not caught up with it. So yeah, I'm gonna have to pick up that collected edition. But I don't remember you said you sold me on it. It didn't make it past the stream. So maybe this time it'll stick when that trade comes out. Really
good. I could be misremembering, but you should read it. It's really, really good.
Yeah, no, from what you guys said, it sounds like a modern classic, like something one of those ones that you got to just check out.
It's timeless, bro. It's,
for sure.
Yeah,
it's super timeless. You can read this at any time. All right, I guess. Okay, what am I going to pick here? All right, for my pick of the month, I'm going to go with High Strangeness, issue number 1. It's a tough book to pick as my pick of the month because it is an $8 issue from Oni Press. Not a lot of people are going to pick up on that. It's got a few different writers. I'm on a website right now because I don't remember who it was. Daniel Noah, Chris Condon, Jim Perry, Dave Chisholm on the art there. I love this book. So if y'all know me, and everybody on the panel knows me, most people watching know me, you know that I'm into like paranormal, supernatural kind of shit, right? I go out there, I hunt aliens and ghosts and shit like that, right? And
what
I
about
love
this 3IA Atlas, man?
Don't even get me fucking started, bro. I'm really worried. It's here now, right? Like it just showed up.
It's supposed to be from behind the sun by now.
That's some weird shit. The way it like changes its tail,
it's wild as fuck. Yeah,
bruh.
It's wild.
I'm like, oh wait, of course the government shut down while this is going on. Like this is of course like this.
What the hell are you guys talking about?
I was gonna say, am I the only one that's like,
Jesus Christ? Touch some
You don't
grass.
know about this? You two? You don't like
really?
The thing they found in space is the third object from space. Yeah.
Oh, totally.
Anyway, sorry to derail you, but I thought you would appreciate
it's a crazy object coming in from deep interstellar space, and it's not acting like a comet. And a lot of people,
interstellar space where we got that one WOW signal from, the
WOW
only
signal
transmission we've ever received.
Same area, yeah.
And it's burning. It's made of all nickel, and usually that material isn't there by itself, and all this. It's a whole. But there's a bunch of stuff involved.
It's glowing green when it shouldn't. Its tail is
speeds up,
and then it changes direction, and its tail
takes
changes
optimal paths.
Bruh. It feels like it's an alien fucking craft on its way to us right now. You know, it's like,
or it could be Project Bluebeam. So you got, you never know which conspiracy you want to dive into.
MJ, by the way, it's a comet. It probably is. Just let us have fun. But High Strangeness is a book that really works for me because it really takes the ideas. So like, yeah, I'm into paranormal stuff. I grew up watching horror movies. I grew up watching sci-fi. Love the X-Files. I love this kind of stuff. I love to bring a sense of wonder and mystery into my life, right? And one of the ways I do that is to say, you know what? I don't know everything. There's probably more out there than we realize, especially involving our own consciousness. And I think that there is a major relation between your perspective and consciousness and Paranormal Activity, right? Not the movie franchise, but Paranormal Activity in real life. High Strangeness, as I'm reading it, I'm like, this is a really good book. It's mysterious. It's strange. It's got great artwork. It's paced really well. And then you get to the back matter, the essays, and I'm just like, these dudes are literally stealing all of my ideas, which I stole from John Keel and I stole from Jacques Vallée and Robert Anton Wilson and shit like that. But this is a book that was made for me and I loved it, right? And, Bueller just recently brought back the Comics and Coffee show. And they do this little
It's been
segment
fun.
where they talk about my pick of the week. And on this one, they were like, still even this week, they kept talking about how expensive it was and how nobody paid attention to it. And I'm like, fuck you, Bueller. More people need to read this book because I think there's more behind reality than we realize. And this is one of those books that's speaking to that idea of my view on reality more than anything else that's not written by Grant Morrison. Nick, did you check this one out?
No, I did not check this one out. Sounds great though.
It's really good. It's $8. I get it, man. I get it. But if you get the same retailer emails I get, you got the PDF. Well, it's probably done now, but like, I'm gonna hook you up, man. I mean, just go to your shop and read High Strangeness. It's great, dude. You're gonna love it. I really think you would like
I have no
it.
doubt. No doubt.
Stu, what about you, man? Did you skip this
No,
one
man,
too?
I was too late to the party on this one. No, I wanted to get my
man.
yeah, I
God
know. I know. I want to read this one though.
I love how much I shame people for not reading certain books on this show and also shame
Lord.
people for reading certain books on this show. I love it. Jem, did you check this one out?
Nah, man, I did not check this one out. This was nowhere near my radar. It sounds cool though, but
It's a pretty.
sorry.
I think it's a good book. It's really good. Eric, you flashed it. You got my back here. You're my funhouse bro. What do you think, man?
Yes, I did enjoy this book. I'm a big fan of Dave Chisholm. Like, he did one of my favorite books of the year, Spectrum, that came out earlier. So I had to check this out. And plus, it was Chris Condon was, partially writing this. I'm not sure how much of a hand he had in it. I like how it's probably not the right word, but it's the first one that comes to mind. It was kind of clinical in the way that they told the story, right? We follow our protagonist, if you will, but it's really just retelling the events as they are, transpiring, right? Like, I mean, there's no story arc necessarily. It just kind of plays with the ideas of UFOs and the Men in Black and like the conspiracy that's happening, but it's not a story. It's really just kind of like that Tynan book that came out. Was it Blue Book? Right?
Yeah,
Is that
Blue Book,
what it was called?
Yeah.
I think there was more of a story that was told there because it's not so journalistic, but it was kind of in that same vein. Overall, though, I got to say, I really did dig it. This is something I plan on sticking around with. I know that they plan on telling stories about not just supernatural, or I'm sorry, not just like, extraterrestrial things, but supernatural things as well. I think they have a story that they're going to be telling about the Stanley Hotel in the future, if I'm not mistaken. So like, I'm here for it. I'm really excited. This was a good introductory issue to kind of whet my appetite for this kind of thing.
Absolutely. So, some people are into ghosts. Some people are into UFOs. Some people are into Bigfoot. Some people are into this. I love the idea. What if it's all connected? And there's this idea of the ultra terrestrial, right? And that's a Jacques Vallée idea, a John Keel idea, who wrote the Mothman prophecies. And me and my homies who are working on a project right now called Signal and Noise. I see no blue wrenches in the chat, but as soon as some blue wrenches show up, share out a link to that, because 2 episodes of our show are out right now where we are out there experimenting, trying to figure out if there's a connection between all these different entities and phenomena and how it relates to us psychologically as a species and as individuals. So High Strangeness to me is great, but I get it. It's an $8 comic. It's hard to have that investment today. I 100% get that. All right, round 2. Nick, what's the next of the best?
All right, so we're going to pick a book that it's a format that I typically hate, but I was blown away by the quality of it, the creative teams, the stories that were involved. We're talking about DC's Satanic Panic. That's a little one shot that came out at the beginning of the month, man. That was incredible. We had probably 8 different stories inside there. We had a great opening story with Zatanna. We had a great Batman story with some amazing creators on that one from a mostly from a visual perspective. The story I could care less about, but like the visuals in that Batman story alone were outstanding. We had Daniel Warren Johnson, Riley Rasmo on Plastic Man. He had a great take on like parents becoming zombified, looking at the freaking news all the damn time, and the kids just want to have fun and go trick-or-treating, and he has to fight like that monster the parents are turning into. That was incredible. We had a great warlord. Like, that was an insane story about him being like locked up in the dungeon and fighting this demon forever. It seemed like it was amazing. We had the demon showing up too with a great story about be careful what you wish for kinds of things, wearing the crown and the responsibilities behind it. We had a Swamp Thing Constantine collaboration in there too, and that was That was incredible as well. We had a great Raven story. Like, who the hell thought we would have a great Raven story? We did, and it was spectacular. And then we had another great one. What was it, like Ambush Bug or something? And that one was more like fourth wall breaking. He went back into the comic and affected like all the different stories that took place in that comic. That was a fourth wall break that I'm not used to. I don't think we see that very often, having them interacting with the previous stories. So this anthology book, I had zero expectations. I had a little bit of expectation with the creative teams in here, but I loved every single story in there. And that has never happened in an anthology book. Guys, I love that story so much. So Satanic Panic from DC, that one shot came out at the beginning of the month. It's incredible. If you still have it at your shop, pick it up and read it.
All right. So I'm the asshat now. I didn't read this book. I have found it to be very easy. Bro, y'all got to know when DC does these like quarterly holiday themed like anthology books, they're usually like, what are we supposed to say about them? Like, oh, it's a bunch of different books. There's a bunch of different stories. They're okay. I'm really happy to hear that it worked because I thought the cover by Lee Bermejo was awesome.
Yes.
But no, I didn't read it, so I have to check it out. Dude, you read it?
Yeah, it was fire. It was so good. Like Nick said, the Ouroboros Batman story.
You motherfuckers didn't read High Strangeness, but you bought a $10 fucking DC holiday anthology. All right. I see where we're going.
Dude, the creators on it were crazy. We're like, I'll read this. Sure.
D-Dub's story was super dope. With Rossmo's artwork was incredible on that one. I love the Etrigan joint was super epic. And then like Nick said, the way it was like all tied together was super cool. But yeah, it was, man, I'm a sucker for Halloween / like spooky season anthology. So I'm reading pretty much all of the ones that are coming out one way or the other. But yeah, I love this one. It was incredible.
All right. E, did you read this one?
I did. And it had no right being as good as it was. I came in with very low expectations.
Why didn't y'all tell me this? Why'd you like none of y'all
we have weekly videos. We told you.
Son of a bitch.
If you would watch, then that would be a different situation. Yeah.
That's my pick of the week.
But yeah, Nick tried to hide it from us, like how much he liked it. It was like
I did. I was embarrassed because I hate anthology books. Like the anthologies do not work for me. And I picked this one up on a whim because it had shelf appeal, dude. I looked at it. I'm like, that looks dope. Yeah, I picked it up and I'm flipping through it. I'm like, wow, this actually looks really good. And then I got through it. I was like, that's incredible. And I was like, dude, that was nuts.
Yeah, so, it was a cool. What I liked about it was like there was on the Ouroboros story and one of the other ones, there are artists that I had never heard of before. That like I'm really
Batman one,
yeah. I'm really like
I can't say their name. I have no idea.
Yeah, same.
But
okay.
It's I don't know, somebody that I want to like definitely see more from. So
yeah, the Batman story was a palindrome, right? So it's the same front and back. But like we're praising the hell out of this book, and honestly, like I feel like we're underselling it. Like I mean, and that's the gravity that this anthology holiday book really gave. Like the Plastic Man story was what, like, I mean, my jaw hit the ground, man. And it's you would expect that from a Daniel Warren Johnson, Riley Rossmo book. We already know what they can deliver because we got The Moon is Following Us earlier this year. I didn't expect them to do the same thing with like 6 pages, but that story that they did, like it made, like, I mean, it took you on a journey. It was just that good, man. Like, yeah, Robbie, I'm shocked, man. I think, but similarly to like what I said with Batman and Robin, if you haven't read it, I feel like you're in for an experience, and you get to experience it for the first time.
It's
so
a lot of fun,
dude.
Hell yeah. Really says that got a 1.5 according to Rockin Robbie's reviews of you digs.
You digs.
Yeah, I definitely need to read that. By the way, I just had a comment. Somebody said my you dig scale is way too high. Yeah, we lost Jim Mint. He lost audio in his headphones, so I'm sure he's working that out. He probably didn't read this book anyway. Me and Jim are both reading Age of Revelation, all of it, but like we skipped out on this one. I'm sorry, but you know what? I'm going to go and check it out. I think I still have some at my shop, and I will read it one way or another. Because you guys I trust you guys. I think you are 3 of the best comic book reviewers on YouTube. I honestly think all 3 of you are better than me.
Stop it, dude.
So I'm going to check it out, and I'm very excited to.
But we're also asshats at the same time. That is a rare thing to be able to do.
Oh, don't worry. I think I'm the greatest of all time, but I'm still an asshat as well.
Okay,
there we go. There
we all walk that line.
It's all about self-awareness. Yeah.
Jem, are you back?
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
All right, my bad. All of a sudden, all my headphones went out. I couldn't hear anything, and I couldn't figure it out. But sorry about that. I didn't read it. What was it?
There you go.
No, there's a Zatanna one. I have it pulled up right here. I don't know. It just I guess it didn't speak to me when I saw it came out, and it's #1 as well. It has a good cover, like nice painted cover. Who does this?
That's Lieber Mayhew.
Lieber Mayhew.
Yeah,
Lieber Mayhew cover. That's great,
So
man.
it's a one shot, right? So
I
it's-
typically stay away from anthology books, but then it's funny,
Me
like
too.
that Halloween Boom Studio anthology book. That was my pick of the week, I guess last week or the week before. And I don't even think all the stories were hitting, but for you to say that every single one of them within that, it was like an 80-page book, I guess.
Yeah.
That they were all hitting. I was like, damn, man, I regret not picking it up.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
great.
me too.
Yeah.
Now I gotta fucking read it, man. Shit.
Oh, it's well worth it.
I think what maybe happened that week was I was like, man, this is gonna add 20 minutes to my day.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you're like,
When you're crunching the videos too, man. Yeah, the last thing you want is the 80-page
Yeah.
special. Like, you know, get out of here.
That's no joke.
that's a good pick though, man. It caused
it
a couple of us to really want to check this book out. What about you, Stu? What's your round 2 pick?
All right, let me see here. I think I'm gonna go with. I will go with No Man's Land by Simon Kudransky,
Hell yeah.
issue #2. I love this one. Enjoyed it quite a bit more than issue 1. Issue 1 was dope in that it set up our situation, what was going on, investigating this death on the border between Russia and America and the frigid North. But I love this issue. I was anxious to get to meet this detective from the other side. This issue gave us that. I love the dialogue between the two. Love them, kind of working together to solve this. And yeah, I love that Cold War element of this story. And also, Kudransky's writing and drawing this one, a supreme talent, man. The art on this one is gorgeous. I love, the way he's created this frigid world. The way he left us at the end of issue 1 with that shot of the girl and the ice was super epic. But coming in here and getting down to business was dope. And it feels like, I love the atmosphere in here. We really are just in touch with the characters that we need to be in touch with. And I don't know. I love the isolation you feel. You feel completely alone out there with these people. And it's just a fascinating take on on like an epic time in Russian and American history, and a soft spot for me. So I love this book. Simon Kudransky, No Man's Land, #2.
I love Kudransky's work, right? And he's a fan of the show. He's familiar with what we do. He's familiar with all of us here on the panel. He's reached out. He's sent me early PDFs. I'm sure he's done the same for y'all. He's awesome. He's a super cool dude. However, I do not allow access to creators to cloud my judgment on books, right? I've always liked Simon's work as an artist. But when he started doing his own writing and drawing together, at first I was like, man, these are some really great ideas, but I feel like there's something lost in translation, right? Because he has a translator who translates his script into English. And like with something epic, at times it was so verbose. Like Chris Claremont would read this fucking book and be like, what the hell, dude? There's way too many words in this book. And if Chris is saying that, there you go. But he's ironed all of that out. I don't know what's going on, but I feel like he's really paying attention to constructive criticism. And he has gotten better and improved with his work, because I thought Blood Commandment was great. Right. And Something Epic got better, especially in the second half.
Volume 2.
Of that.
Yeah, it was way better. Yeah.
And there's nothing I applaud more than one person saying, I'm telling a story and I'm doing fucking everything. And No Man's Land is really working for me. It's got a little bit of an X-Files kind of flair to it.
Yeah.
But it also it does have a deep, I love what you said about issue #1 was a lot of setup, but you're ready to see the other people from the other side. And we get what we don't quite expect. And that kind of took me, whoa, that's crazy, right? It kind of pulled the rug out from under me. And I enjoyed the book. And I think that Kudransky's work keeps getting better. And I think eventually he's going to knock, just have like one of the best comics of
He's
all
going to have
time.
an all-timer. Absolutely, dude.
absolutely.
That's so, like what you guys were saying about Something Epic and Blood Command. It's just so dope with guys like that who are supremely talented, just watching them get better and better and really hone their craft. And I feel like he's really learned to say more with less in this one. You know, he's really like, I don't know. It's not, for me, the problem was he was, I feel like, a little bit excessive with the wordiness and stuff like that. And it was a lot to get through sometimes with some of those pages. But like, I feel like he's now like, he's really like found a great rhythm between his writing and his art.
Hell yeah. Jim, did you check this one out?
Yeah, man, it's a good book. It was on my list when I was putting together. Okay, what stood out this month? That was on the list, and he's the right amount of crazy, man. Do you guys follow him on Instagram or ever see the stuff that he posts?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
So the documents and files that he has as like, or the ideas that he writes on the back of a ripped up cigarette box. It's like, yo, okay. I reply with a gif of Charlie Day as Pepe Silvio, like with all the like conspiracy wall behind him.
Yeah.
Like yo, I loved it though. Like that's what you want to see in your creative person writing and drawing it. And you got to forgive me, like half of my brain is like Seinfeld references. So when I'm looking at it, I'm like thinking of Schindler's List. You don't even notice it's not black and, or you don't even notice that it's not in color. You know what I mean? Like it's all black and white, but it's not black and white like The Walking Dead. It's like colored in black and white. You know what I'm saying? Like it has depth to it.
Yeah.
And it's got that grayscale, the value.
There's tones on it.
Yeah.
No, the shadowing, all that, exactly. Yeah. So and then, but it should be because they're in the Arctic, they're in no man's land, the bridge that only is active 3 months of the year between Alaska and Russia, and it reads like a movie. But then it hits you from like a dramatic kind of political espionage to supernatural, and it's like, who is this? What is this? It can't be what I think it is. Killing this person and whatever kind of satanic rituals behind it. It's crazy, man, and it's only on issue 2. So I'm like, damn. And I want to also add, this is my first time reading Simon Krudansky. I remember seeing something epic when it came out, and I think I had a couple of issues. I didn't read it. So I don't know. With the stuff that Robbie was saying with past works, I didn't experience any of that. This seems so well paced. The last thing that I thought of, that it was like dialogue heavy or boring. It had just the right amount, a little bit on the light side, I think I would say, even with the dialogue and a lot of the atmosphere tells the story and the cold and everything. It's great, man.
Yeah.
It's really, it's up there for real for this on my list as well for this month.
Hell yeah. E, what do you think?
Yeah, dude, this issue was awesome, and I like how different it felt from issue number 1, like you guys were talking about. Like, I'll play the comparison game. Like issue number 1 felt like that political thriller, that political intrigue kind of movie that you're watching, like a JFK Oliver Stone thing. And this one totally felt like True Detective to me. Like you didn't have those McConaughey tones, right? You didn't have that interesting character, but like all of the things that are happening, the supernatural aspects of it, you're kind of like, you're asking yourself, is this really supernatural? Is this like maybe just the indigenous people and maybe their ways? There's more to the story here, but I love how they're toying that out, and they're really playing with those ideas, because as the mystery unfolds, there's so many question marks, right? It makes the story incredibly intriguing, like the fact that there was no blood trail to where the woman was left, right? There's all those cool little things, and they got those like little wooden, I don't know what you call them, right? Trinkets, right? The things that ward off spirits. They're playing with like so many cool ideas in this book, and you a couple of you mentioned the colors here. I'll mention it again. I love the fact that it's black and white, except when there's a need for that big bold red pop that really makes a page striking. They use that color really effectively to make it, I don't know, to really showcase a big emotive kind of thing that's happening within the book. So yeah, it's one of my favorites every single week it comes out. This is shaping up to be a really, really cool story.
Hell yeah, I agree. What about you, Nick?
Yeah, I mean, it was on my list for sure. I think it was in like the top 2 or 3 books when it came out. Jem, I'd recommend picking up Blood Commandment. It was a book he just did prior to this one and after something epic. It was it's a great like vampire kind of a story, so it has the same kind of vibe.
It also has got a quote from me on the back of the trade. I think Nick might have a quote on there too, right?
Hey, let's go, fellas.
We got a blurb on it.
Published Rockin Robbie quote.
We're shilling. You know?
Yeah, we're showing for sure.
It's easy
I'll
to
be-
do when you're actually enjoying this stuff, though, right? It's
yeah.
like,
Well, that's
man.
it. You know, I'll be
That's what
damned,
I'm
man.
saying.
It's a hell of a story. His art style is very cinematic too. We talked about like the visual aspect of it, but like the perspectives, the close-up shots, the nuances and facial changes from scene to scene, the backgrounds, the lighting coming through the doors. So it's a complete visual treat as well. And it's like watching X-Files, and it's just so much fun. And there's only 2 more issues left, so you know, we got a lot of work to do, but I think he can nail it. And I'm really looking forward to the collected edition and what else this guy's putting out. He's one of those guys where if he's putting out a book and he's writing, he's drawing, he's doing everything, it's going to be my pull list forever. It's just amazing talent, great guy.
And by the way, Zyman, like, I think we've all given you plenty of quotes today that you can put on the back of this trade when it eventually comes out. So let's go, man.
Oh yeah,
let's go. There's nothing I love more than seeing my name in print on something. Like I just, like I love that shit. So the first time it ever happened was an IDW ad for John Lee's Mountainhead. Anybody ever read that book, Mountainhead?
so that's the first appearance of the Rockin Robbie quote.
It might be, but it wasn't in print. It was just in an ad. But yeah, they fucking IDW just did a press release about Godzilla, and at the top of that shit was a quote from me, and I was just like, what? They really like me. Anyway, that was a great pick, Stu. What about you, Jem? What's your second pick?
Bro, I was trying so hard to not pick Absolute Batman. I was looking at everything else I have in my stack on my list. I didn't want to go Marvel again.
Bro. We're laying it up for you.
I know. Yeah. Hold on. Also, so first of all, I'm holding it down for like your regular here. If you don't read comics every day for years, if you just are jumping into it, you're trying to find the jumping on point, this is the perfect book. I just bought the trade for my daughter and her boyfriend. I know they're into it, but they don't know where to start. Where do you start reading Batman? Absolute Batman issue 1 is a great start. But the problem with it, I tell her to read the trade, but I'm like, it gets even better after the first trade. After the first arc, it goes to 11. So now we have the Selena Kyle aspect. You know, the origins are a little bit different, but they're still building that relationship. And Dragata's on the interiors as well as the cover, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The way he draws Batman, Bruce Wayne, this big, huge, monstrous creature, and then he does Selena Kyle justice in that sense. Like he draws her so impeccably, and it matches. Like I really want to show this one panel, and I'm just such a sucker for the Bat-Cat love, man. I don't know what to tell you. This panel right here, there are some way more spicier panels. Well, first of all, he's doing the Wukong right here stance.
And that's a Frank Miller homage.
That's
right
a Miller
right?
homage for sure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And how he's all deformed after the experiments. What is it? Arc M. I wanted to write it down so I didn't forget. Arc M to basically trying to make him the new Bane. So now he's got to almost has like a Hulk rage that Catwoman is helping him ease down. And then we could do guys, we're going to do a spoiler alert. Absolute Batman 13. It's going to be 3, 2, 1 spoilers. They run into this street gang. They're about to get into it with them. They're going out. It's basically them going out on a date. They're going out, hitting the town. There's this street gang, but the street gang overhears them, what their goals are, which align with them. So the leader of the gang comes out, Harley Quinn from the Absolute Universe.
Boom.
Yes,
They're going to team up to go against Arc M. And I think, Batman's going to need all the help that he can get. He seems confident that he's going to be able to take down Bane. A little too confident. Like he's so sure that he knows what he's going to do. And then the rift that it causes between them, that stacked up with the artwork, stacked up with the fact that you don't have to have read 80 years or whatever it is of Batman stuff. I think it's easily one of the best this month.
It is one of the best of the month. It was one of my picks for the best of the month. I had High Strangeness, I had this one, and I had another one. I love this book. I love it so much as a fan, as a reader. And I've read Batman comics pretty much my entire life, right? And Batman comics are accessible to a lot of readers, but Absolute Batman is doing something incredible that we do not need to really undersell. It's a very, very big deal. It is the highest selling comic in my store. And I think every month it comes out, it's the biggest seller at comic shops across the country. I knew that number 13 would be a big deal because, it's the full-on introduction of the Absolute Catwoman. It's got an Art Germ cover. It's got a Jenny Frison cover. I need to
Oh,
hold
That's
my
a cover
order.
A guy though, bro. That Dragata
Me
cover
too.
is.
Oh,
yeah,
I double
yeah.
dipped for sure. Yeah, yeah.
A lot of people quadruple or quintuple
yeah.
dipped, right?
Yep.
So like, but I knew that it would sell heavier, so I really felt like I over ordered it. We sold out in the middle of Wednesday when it
Damn.
released.
That's so
And I
good
was
for the
just
whole
like-
hobby as a whole, man.
Yeah, it's
Mhm.
great for the like this book is carrying the medium on its shoulders right
Robbie,
now.
let me jump in, but I don't want to forget this thought because a couple of people, I think even yourself, were saying, you know, we're happy with the with the Ultimate Universe dying, and everybody kind of feels that way too. Like, all right, we got to issue 24, but with Absolute Batman and the Absolute Universe, I don't want to see that shit go at all. I'm like, yo, keep this going. If they announce that they're ending the Absolute Universe, I think that would be more of a big deal than with the Ultimate Universe with what Marvel's doing.
For sure, because the Ultimate Universe started kind of, I think, losing momentum over the last year, in my
Right.
opinion, right? I
Yeah.
mean, there are books
Yep.
that are working, like Ultimates works. Ultimate Spider-Man, though, even I've heard you and other people mention, is starting to get a little bit
I'm
boring.
over it.
It's
And
just
we're
kinda
supposed to be
doing-
getting to
Yes.
that end, right?
Yeah.
And it's a lot of fucking people just talking, right? You know, it's just, oh, this is what happened. This is how I feel about it. Okay, cool. Let's move on.
Mhm. Oh, an explosion. Cool.
The Absolute books are fucking crazy right now,
Yeah.
man. Like DC's absolutely, no pun intended, allowing creators to go in there and cook, man. And that's something I really love. I love this version of Catwoman. What I loved about this issue is so when this book first starts, a lot of us who are Batman fans already will go, oh, so all of Bruce's rogues gallery are his friends? I wasn't excited for that. I was like, Scott, maybe you've done too many Batman runs. You know what I'm saying? You did the Dick Grayson run with Black Mirror, which is great. You did the New 52 run. You did this run. Maybe you need to move on. But I always love Nick Dragata's artwork. I love that dude ever since I first saw his artwork with Hickman on FF. Then he went on to East of West, which is to me one of the best comic books I've ever read since Madman or Hellboy. I
was
love
sleeping on him, yo, on some book he put out under Image the other one of these weeks. This month he put out some type of art book, and it had like kind of behind the scenes or
he
sketches.
did it was like
Good
a
Devils?
one shot of some of the
that's
the
what it
Devils.
was. And
what was
I
it
didn't
called?
like it. I couldn't get into it at all. But then I realized, oh, this is the guy who's doing Absolute Batman. I don't know. I think the Absolute Batman designs, though, man, they're killing it with the designs, and then his art just complements it so well. And
His art is this mixture of Frank Miller's Batman and manga, right?
damn.
So
that's a
Nick
good
Dragata
comparison.
is a huge fan of Katsuhiro Otomo, right? So he did this book called Ghost Cage, 3-issue series from Image that I loved, thought it was absolutely brilliant. And when I finally got to meet Nick, it was while Ghost Cage was coming out. And so I got to talk to him and ask him about that. And he goes, oh man, without Otomo, there's no me. Like, that's what I'm doing. Because I was like, it feels like you're trying to capture Otomo energy with this. And he goes, oh, I'm 100% doing that. He goes, in fact, I did most of the first issue with actual screen tone, cutting it out with an X-Acto knife. And then I realized I had to go digital. And I was like, that's what's brilliant to me is I couldn't tell if it was actual screen tone or if it was organic or if it was digital, right?
Yeah.
So I love that. And then I got a sketch from him. And then in the sketch he did, it was in my East of West hardcover volume 1. He did Death for me. And on there, by complete accident, he was working on another little piece and he was using actual screen tone. And if anybody knows me, I fucking jizz my pants when I see screen tone. And a piece of his screen tone extra bits got stuck on my sketch from him. And I sometimes I just rub on it and just like feel great.
God.
I love Absolute Batman. It's great. But here's the thing. This is what I was going to say. The idea of his villains being his friends, I didn't like that. But the
That doesn't bother me for some
reinterpretation
reason.
of all of these villains are amazing. Like,
Yeah.
holy shit. And that's what we get in this issue, right? We see Penguin. We see Riddler, right? Am I
This is
wrong?
the one
Am
before
I
that.
thinking of 12?
The one before that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Killer Croc is at the end of this one, but
It's
it
so
confuses me
freaking good.
because they also use Killer Croc, I think, in the Fraction book maybe as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
did,
they
yeah.
do.
Mhm.
But look, and then even with what's going on with Joker, the issue hasn't even come out with Absolute Joker, and it already is like creating.
Did y'all
a buzz
see the
and everything.
designs for Absolute
he's in-
Joker?
Yo, I love
How
that.
big
shit.
he
I love
is,
that.
yo.
shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anybody else does
Did
this
you
shit?
see that Dragoda cover for that issue?
Yeah. Anybody else sees this shit? We're all like, what dumb ass shit this is. But now we're all like, yeah, Demon Joker, let's fucking
I'm
go,
fucking
man.
here
I'm
for
ready,
that.
dude.
Why not?
Every
Who cares?
single one of these Dragoda designs has been A1 to me.
I'm so happy that people are really putting as much respect onto Nick's work that should have been there the entire time, in my opinion. So I really love this. I think Snyder has a lot to do with it, but I think Nick Dragotta has more to do with it. I really
He's bringing
do.
something. He's bringing
So
something
true.
unique to it because Snyder has done so many things, and like you said, you'd almost be tired of another Scott Snyder Batman, but it's like, nah. I don't even think really Snyder. When I read it, I really more drawn into the art, to be honest. But
Yeah.
it is well written, though. I do love everything about Absolute Batman.
That's some of the best part about the Absolute books is how art forward they are. 100%.
Yeah.
What do you think, E?
Yeah, it's some of the best stuff. You guys know I was critical early on of Absolute Batman because I'm like, this is so silly, and like I don't know if I can get behind it. The premise seems weird, and like, but like it's kind of weird. Like the further that the series has gone on, I feel like the further they've leaned into that silliness and weirdness, and the more that it's gotten, the more I've been like, oh, all right, I'm here for the ride. Like, dude, in this issue, Batman puts his shoulder down and bum rushes a Ferris wheel and knocks it over. Like, okay, I can see how I do to be confident to take on Bane because, yeah, you just did that. Not only that, but like dude, the newscast, when he takes over the newscast and calls Bane out, he's just like, by the way, I'm motherfucking Batman. I was like, whoa, okay, I'm in. Like, this is so stupid. Like, that I have to enjoy it because it's beautiful stupidity. And like, I'm here for it 100%.
Hell yeah. What about you, Nick?
Yeah.
I'm waiting for the final showdown at the end of this arc between Batman, Catwoman, Alfred, and Harley, and Killer Croc versus Bane.
Yes.
That's good. Can you fucking imagine that sequence?
Did you see that Snyder just released it? He just said that it was going to be late because they decided to add 5 pages.
Add more, like 5 more pages of fight. I'm so
Everybody's
God
like,
forbid.
go ahead, bro.
give it to
Who
me.
cares?
Give
I
it
don't
to
care.
me.
It's going to be insane. Yeah, this is the
it's
book
gonna be
that just gets
crazy.
better and better, man. I mean, like, you know, I had all the criticisms everybody had. The Mr. Freeze arc was weak. Everything since then, since the beginning of Bane, I've been loving it, man. It's been some of the top books each week. This is a great issue.
Hell yeah. Stu?
I love this one, man. I loved all the little bits with Absolute Catwoman. I love what the mask implies about her shady past and dealings and stuff like that. I love the romantic rendezvous with Bruce, the flashbacks, you know, with them on the train, and then her, like, the tail becomes a gun clip.
Yeah.
I'm so here for that, dude. Like, it's super dope. And I love after she guns them all down. You know how I hate kids. Like, it was just fresh, man, and exciting. It's brilliant. I love how easily she kind of like disposed of Alfred, but we still got that little bit about her character. She turned her back on all these people on her job. I thought it did a great little bit of character building, like without doing too much. But yeah, I cannot wait for the finale. That cover with like Croc wrapped around Bane, dude, and oh man, I'm so hyped for that issue. Yeah.
And it's killing. It's killing, and it's one of the best-selling comics. It's also probably one of the best-selling graphic novels of the year. When Volume 1 came out, let's just say on average, because I don't like giving out actual numbers, but let's say on average, I order 10 copies of a trade of a popular series, right? For this book, let's say I ordered 50, right? Let's say those 50 sold out within 3 days, and I couldn't restock because it sold out across the board. They did a second printing, and let's say I've sold 100 copies since then. It's insane. And when DC eventually does a DC compact of this, it's just going to fucking fly off the shelves. This is another book. And here's the thing. If you look at numbers, that's fine. But if you really look at who's buying this book, young people are buying this book, dude.
That's what I said. This is a great jumping on point or a great just start for new readers, man, or people that aren't into it every month and just want to, they hop in, boom.
And it hooks you, bro.
friendly.
You love it because it's taking ideas like, even if you've never read a comic in your life, you know who Batman is. right?
Right.
And you know who his rogues gallery is, but this is interesting and intriguing. And the art, it's so art fucking forward. Like I see Dark Fizzo out there saying the absolute big three are on another level.
Another
Wonder
level.
Woman with Sherman.
insane.
Superman is one of my
Sandoval doing the
favorites.
best artwork from dude, Superman's another one
great.
that's getting better and better for me. The only ones that the only one I think is weak is GL. And I even think Flash has strengthened a little bit.
Yeah.
But let's not sleep on Absolute Martian Manhunter, which is coming back soon. All right.
Now you made me think of something with the compact. So if they make an omnibus for Absolute Batman, well, that's going to be weird because they're the ones with the absolute format. They'll have Absolute Batman Hush, right? That's the way they format it.
Wait till
So
they do Absolute Batman.
Absolute.
The absolute Batman omnibus.
It's right there.
Oh, no, but you're right. The Absolute
He's
Batman
7'8", 500 pounds.
I thought it was weird when Donny Cates did it with Absolute Carnage, and that when I was like, okay, well, it's Marvel, but then DC was like, hold on, it's Absolute Batman. Like what?
Yeah.
But,
I love their adjectives they like to use. You know what I'm saying? It's like ultimate, it's absolute, it's uncanny, it's mighty, it's fucking spectacular.
radioactive.
The Expariot or what the fuck was that one that came out this week?
Expatriate?
Bro,
Yeah,
Expatriate?
It's not
Jesus
the word
Christ.
that I'm about to read right now. Is it? Why is it spelled like that?
You're in video, you're like, what the fuck is this word?
This is weird.
Expirate triate? So what is it?
I know, I had to look it up. This is
That's another one that was one that wasn't a good tie into Age of Revelation either.
No, it wasn't. I love that you started with an Age of Revelation book, and then you're like, oh, by the way, yeah, Absolute Batman was pretty good.
Yeah.
E, what about you, man? What's your next pick?
Sorry.
Oh, okay. I gave one for Greg here. I gotta take one for old Eric though.
Yeah, be selfish.
You already know it's
Yeah, there
Power
it is.
Fantasy. I'm talking
Of
about
course.
it, and I know it's not going to be a conversation starter. Except I'm going to talk about it because it's hard to say that every issue does not get better and better with this book. We get to see a lot of backstory. This is a flashback centric kind of issue, as there was an assassination attempt on our telepath kind of character, the Charles Xavier stand-in, if you will. And you know, the people that were working with him and kind of working against him, they thought that they took him down, but oh no, they were not quite right. And now we get to see the dude who is super ethical and super like tied into making the right moral choice. Just how immoral that sucker can be, man, because he is not quite right. I would argue to say he's not quite right in the mind, but this issue kind of reveals that there's even more to that statement than what I'm letting on. Casper Wingard's doing fantastic work here. His artwork just pops. The color is fantastic. Drop everything Age of Revelation. I'm just going to let you all know. Don't bother reading Age of Revelation because this is the better X-Men book. It is without a shadow of a doubt. On top of that, it feels like an event each and every issue. So read Power Fantasy, guys. Like you already know. I've been telling you this for months and months now. So come on, sell some
All
books.
right. For those of you watching that don't know the lore, Eric's been on this book's nuts for fucking since the beginning.
I'll stay on
And
it. It's nuts.
He slowly got Nick and Stu on his side, and me and Greg were the only ones holding out. And then Greg succumbed and read it
Yeah,
and really enjoyed it. And then, like, I read the first couple issues, and I think I was like, oh yeah, it's like his ideas that he didn't get to use for X-Men, big fucking whoop, right? And I dropped out of it, and I was like, what a waste of Casper's talent, right? But then a few
Somebody
months
take
ago,
him off stream.
I read the you don't get to do that tonight.
I know, damn it.
So
Damn
like,
it.
but then I read that first trade, and I told y'all, fuck, dude, I was wrong. Because I will admit when I'm wrong. I was like, I'm wrong. This book is really good. And I was waiting for the second trade. The second trade is out now. Just haven't read it yet, but I really want to. I'm excited. You've already sold me on this book, and I really do need to reread the first trade, the second trade for the first time, and then just stay caught up with this book so I don't have to explain the lore every single month now, because I'm like the last one. Maybe Gem Mint might be the last one. I don't know if he's been reading this one, but Nick, what do you think? Carry us on through. I got to go grab another drink.
It is incredible. If you're into the X-Men, if you're into that kind of stuff, you really are doing yourself a disservice if you're not on this book, because it's the exact same kind of thing. You have these atomic powers that are around the world. There's a handful of them right now. That roster is slowly growing, but hopefully not too fast. But it's just a battle for supremacy. It's a battle for control, and it's a battle to keep everybody in their place. And that's exactly what you have. We have X-Men analogs-ish scattered around right now, but everyone is everyone's trying to gain power, but at the same time, they're trying not to get on the radars of everybody else. And because if they do, there's going to be some global catastrophe and everything's going to go to hell. But the characters themselves are honestly the most compelling part. Obviously, it's a very character-driven, motivation-driven story. This one here, as Eric was alluding to, you have like your Professor X, your Charles Xavier kind of a character who was assassinated in the previous issue, or so we thought. And so we get to understand like his true form. What does it mean? And we get to see how ethical he is. If like Charles went bad a little bit, it's what this issue is kind of about. And it's scary for the reader because you just know how powerful he is and the impact he can have. You learn that in issue number 1. But now you have him making decisions, doing things carelessly and haphazardly. And he doesn't seem to have a lot of remorse for it either. He kind of feels happy that he's doing the evil stuff now. And the rippling effect that that's going to have on the other characters who are used to him being in this position of ethicalness, whatever, it's like, that's going to be incredible. I cannot wait to see that. There's some people who wronged him directly, and I'm scared to death about what's going to happen to those people. But man, volume number 2 really kicks it off. 1 sets that foundation, and then 2 is really explores a lot more about the different characters. Hell, I got a freaking cover for one of the issues right here above my head. So I highly recommend checking this out if no one else is reading this one. But Stu, man, I know you're reading it. What are your thoughts, dude?
Love it, man. I'm glad we brought this up because, you know, in the after the issue ends, in the back of the issue, Karen Gillan talks about how sales are good for this one, but he doesn't know if they're as good as, you know, he wants it to be to see it through to, you know, the fruition of like the original ideas he had, which is going to be, you know, I think what, 10, 20 more issues or something.
I think he says like
20 or 30.
It could be 15 issues. It could be 50
Yeah,
issues, right?
it's like
But sales are
16.
going to dictate that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm glad we're here talking about it and promoting it because it absolutely deserves all the flowers. Yeah, it's just it's one of the best super power sagas of the year. I really think it's incredibly well written. Every issue, you know, you're going to get some crazy twist or surprise that you're not expecting, but delivered in the best way. And this one is no different. Wingard's art is just incredible in this one, like the big reveal that Etienne is a 5-ton brain, but also like the whole Valentina's whole trip down to his secret lair was like one of my favorite pages. And yeah,
that
man,
double page spread is awesome.
It's incredible, and it's so smart, and it says, I love what it has to say about the world we live in, and that these you know, these powers, these superheroes that not even superheroes, these superpowers that have all this power, that basically have the hold the fate of the world in their hands, came to be from us creating atomic energy and creating the atomic bomb. Like we find out in this issue that Etienne was basically got his powers when I think it was Hiroshima. We dropped the bomb on Hiroshima. Mm-hmm. So I love how these people having power is a consequence of the things we've done and created. It's brilliant on so many levels, and it's such a unique world. Can't recommend it enough. Power Fantasy, y'all go read it. Go support this incredible book.
Jim, are you reading this one?
No, this is my first time hearing about it. I tend to like Kieran Gillen, though, even when some people feel like oftentimes maybe he's a little long-winded or what have you. But I tend to like Kieran Gillen stuff. And so it's like an indie, not superhero, but superpowers. People, and like a realistic kind of tone. That sounds cool.
Yeah, but it's takes on superhero stuff. The perspective is just a little bit different. They are Omega level people.
Yeah,
like
every single one.
Familiar terms. Every single one of them has the power to destroy the world whenever they want to, and that creates an interesting chess match. You know,
right? Damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Omega out there agrees with you also. Like I said, when I reread the first couple issues when I read the first trade, I really did like it. So. Yeah, I need to jump on board. You know, sometimes we're wrong.
Yeah, dude.
Feels good.
That's the way it goes. All right,
it's incredible, man. For
my second round pick, good pick by the way, Eric. Even though it was very obvious what you were going to pick. If this book would have come out on time, it might overtake Assorted Crisis Events as my favorite book of the year. I'm going with Robo Wolf #2 by Jake Smith. I love this book. So the first issue came out around May or something like that. I think the commenter told me, because I was like, I don't even remember when the first issue came out. And I was so worried reading issue #2 this week. It just dropped yesterday, right? I was really worried reading it because I was like, it's been so long since issue #1. Will I jump back into the vibe and the flow? Yes. Everything I love about stupid, fun, dumb, and cheesy 80s action and sci-fi movies is prevalent here. Allow me to indulge myself and show you some of the incredible artwork on this book. So Jake Smith is the writer. He's the illustrator. He's the colorist. I'm pretty sure he's the freaking letterist too. Like the letterer. Not what's a letterist? I think that this is all him. And y'all, this is ridiculous. It's just like macho 80s action. It's so stupid, but it's so much fun, and the art has an energy to it. So Robo Wolf is like RoboCop, but he's a werewolf. What if a werewolf had to be reconstitutionalized? Is that a word? Reconstituted as a cybernetic organism, right? So now you have a Robo Wolf, like RoboCop. But this book goes into like canon film kind of territory, and it's ridiculous. Like the villain, we get this whole backstory of the origin of Robo Wolf here in this issue. And we also get the origin of his nemesis who's showing up, who is that dude with the chainsaw arms. And one of my favorite moments of the movie is where we have this flashback and this dude goes, the only thing that would make life better if it was like if I had chainsaws for arms. Bruh, be careful what you wish for. This book is ridiculous. It's stupid. It's insane. There was a Godzilla book, War for Humanity. I finally remembered it, by Jake Smith. I first came across his work there. Absolutely loved it. Omega just shouted it out. Absolutely loved it. And this week I guess is he from Kansas City or something, because they just did the Godzilla versus Kansas City book. Yeah. He's got a story there too. And I've heard somebody at some point said that he's kind of like near me. But man, Jake, you need to come on here, because then he's got, dude, there's like a skeleton dude here with a mohawk and these like Kanye West shades. And there's these weird slime people. Bruh, this book is like made for Rockin Robbie. Like this book is made for me, and I love it. And if only we could get all 4 issues this year, which might happen. I don't know. I got to look at the solicitations, but maybe I need to postpone my best of the year list until we get everything I can get from this book. It blows my ass out in the most positive way. What about you, Nick? Did you read this one?
No, it's on my list to read it. Yeah, we got to meet Jake Smith over at Heroes Con this past year, and we got to flip through his pages. Man, he had all his pages there in his portfolio, and it's just as good as you think it was, in better. And he was such a cool person, very personable and everything. So the dude's amazing. I got a sketch from him. I got
great
Wolf head sketch.
Great original art prices. Y'all go check him out.
Oh yeah, very accessible. Like,
Jake, if you're watching, just reach out, man. Come on the show any fucking time, man.
Yeah, he's a really cool dude. #1, I read it because you guys recommended it. It wasn't on my radar. #2 is on my radar. I just haven't gotten to it yet. And yeah, I'm excited to see more from the guy. It's phenomenal work.
See, Pete, I hate comments like this, because as a retailer, I know that issue #1 of Robo Wolf was returnable. There's no reason for your shop not to have copies of this book. I usually sell a certain number of Dark Horse comics, unless they're co-written or part of the Mike Mignola verse, right? But when something's returnable, let's give it a shot. Robo Wolf sold the fuck out. And I ordered so many more than I thought I would sell. Sold out. Issue 2, sold out. People are loving it. It's a great book. I just hate to hear that. Comic shop owners and retailers, when a book's returnable, yeah, maybe you have to strip some covers or mail some shit back, but you know what? Take the chance, man. They're offering you this chance. Take it. Stu, you read this book.
No, man, I'm upset because it wasn't even on my radar. I didn't even know it was coming out, but I love Robo Wolf. I love Jake Smith.
Oh, so you don't
I'm
watch my
definitely gonna
show?
check it out.
You don't watch my show then, right?
All right, chill out. Chill out. You know I watch it, bro.
You need to watch
watch-
it. Man.
I
I mean,
watch-
you need to
I
read it.
watch
It's
it.
you Nick
I
and
will,
you.
dude.
What?
No,
Y'all met
I
this
am reading it. I haven't
motherfucker.
gotten
Saw his
to it yet.
original art, and y'all still don't buy his
I
book.
didn't even know it was out.
I did buy his books. I haven't read number 2 yet.
Jam, did you check this one out?
No, sure didn't. It's giving me like biker mice from Mars types of vibes. I can see why you liked it, and I like the attention to the art, and it's got that like bubbly, fun, but detailed
90s.
art style that we don't really have as much these days. And it's like an late 80s vibe. So
Yeah,
I don't want to go out there and say I'm going to pick it up because I don't love the character idea of a werewolf RoboCop kind of thing.
Okay.
But I can see why you would like it, and I'm happy that you did.
Hell yeah! All right, one more thing. Just indulge me. Look at that page right there.
Right?
Yeah.
That is dope,
incredible.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It's so
Yeah,
gory. It's so stupid. It's so much fun.
It's like that's a cartoonist, you know what I mean? Like, but in a good sense, though, you know, like
If he
the
doesn't make
best comic book
Pogs,
creators are cartoonists, man.
Right,
Right.
for sure.
We kind of like forget that sometimes. I think so.
he needs to make some Pogs that go along with this. I think that's like the perfect. Can you
I would
imagine?
buy a Pog set.
Do you know the guy
yeah.
who did? You remember that book that Dark Horse just did? Who are the Power Pals?
Oh yeah, that was hilarious. Yeah,
I don't remember. I love that book. I don't remember who
yeah,
I don't remember who the writer was, but he would send me shit. He sent me Pogs, bro.
That's
He sent me
incredible.
Pogs that he
What?
personally made of Power Pals, and he even
that's
sent
funny.
me like the keys that they're wearing around their necks. Like, so I got a red and a
Yeah,
blue
yeah.
key. Like
Mhm.
that dude is super cool. I need to remember.
That's so cool.
Dude, if Ice Cream Man could do a card set, yeah, we can absolutely get some Robo Wolf.
Oh,
I would
yeah.
love some Robo
I'm
Wolf
about to
Pogs. Jesus
Yeah.
Christ. E, did
That'd
you
be a
check this
great
one
thing
out?
to-
It's a no, but it's just a no, not yet. It's Thursday. I still got a couple books to read here. It's on the list. It will absolutely be read, and you'll be hearing all about my thoughts on Sunday.
Yeah, nobody's reading my fucking books tonight. I see how it's going.
I knew you were going to say. I knew you were going there.
Oh,
Yeah.
butthurt he is.
I'm not but hurt. You know, it's
No, man,
fine.
you
Like
got
I
great
said,
deep
I
cuts.
had a positive
That's
ass
what we love
blowout.
about you. Yeah.
Y'all should have seen me on Monday when Joe Corallo and fucking Brooks told me they didn't like Monster Squad. I felt so goddamn betrayed, bro. I lost my shit. I couldn't go through the show without just.
I will say they got nards for making that bold proclamation, though.
They fucking you were there,
They
and
got-
you should have been on the fucking panel. You could have helped back us up, man. But anyway, all right, that's 2 rounds. Time for rapid fire because in 20 minutes we have the true finale of Horror Fest over at Blood Splatter Chatter. They're going to be talking about John Carpenter's The Thing, so get ready for that. That's in 20 minutes. So it's time for rapid fire. The best of the rest. Nick, kick us off.
We're going to start with a book that came out yesterday, Absolute Batman 2025 Annual, Daniel Warren Johnson and James Herron. Daniel Warren Johnson he fucking destroys that first story. It is
Incredible.
unbelievable. The artwork, the emotion behind it, the political unrest, whatever it is, it's an evergreen story. There's always some evil out there you got to combat, and when you do, you need Batman to throw some wrestling moves out there and drive giant tanks through people's houses. So yeah, that was absolutely incredible. Space Ghost came out most recently. We have our Kree Skrull war going on right now. We have like this crystalline giants versus these shark people. We have a murder thing going, or an assassination attempt trying to split them back up. An amazing job. Everything Space Ghost is incredible. Conan the Barbarian had a killer issue number 25. What an amazing, forget the artist's name.
Alex Horley.
It's
Yeah.
so good.
Painting, oil painting style, beautiful book.
When I met Jim physically for the first time back in MegaCon, he was like, "Bruh, I got Alex Horley to do in a fully painted
Insane.
issue." Like, and I was like, "What?"
Oh,
I was so
shit.
excited, and it did not disappoint, man.
And it's a great story. Like if you're a Conan deep cut guy, I'm sure you're loving that issue. I mean, even from me, from a newbie perspective, I'm like, man, those are some epic stories they're revisiting throughout this entire issue. So yeah, that was Conan 25. I think that was Escape number 3 was incredible too. I've never been like out of breath reading a comment. The inner monologue was truncated. It was like a couple of words at a time.
Very
fast.
Miller-esque, right?
Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, especially like the newest Ronin kind of stuff. You know, it's just thoughts, like fragments of thoughts happening. nonstop action, bullets whizzing around, explosions, impossible odds, perfect action adventure one. And then Athanasia. We talked about Danny before, but this graphic novel that came out, she did the interiors for it. It was incredible as well. So it's a really
Show me
cool
that.
story.
I don't even know what that is, man. Show me that.
Yeah. So it just came out a little bit ago, and she does the interiors for it. And basically, it's a story about this girl whose family takes care of this graveyard that only hosts superheroes that have died in the past. And so there's a secret power that is unlocked in the graveyard while their bodies are decomposing. Their superpowers leak out into the fields. And she finds out a way to tap into that, and it kind of takes her over. She's a recovering addict. She hones in on this stuff and starts making some bad choices that affect her family and her friends. And it's a really great story. Highly recommend checking that one out. But yeah, it's a graphic novel.
Sounds super dope.
It's
Who
really,
published
really
that?
cool. This one was Vault.
Oh shit, Vault's actually making comics. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, this one came out. When did it come out? It came out on the 8th, so a little bit earlier this month.
Okay, all right, I gotta check that one out.
It came out all collected, right? It wasn't like single issues.
Yeah, it's a graphic novel. Yeah, it came out just all collected. Yeah.
Yep. Stu, best of the rest, rapid fire. What you got?
I don't have much, honestly. I got Kaya number 30. Jin and Kaya, the ultimate showdown. They're going their separate ways. Oh man, incredible last page from Wes Craig. One of those ones I think I'll always remember. I mean, just
we all the three. You remember when the three of us had Darcy and Ian on? We need to do that with Wes.
Dude,
because I think we're the biggest Kaya nuts.
I tried to get in touch with him. It's just tough to get in touch with him. Do you have a way?
I'll give it a try. I got it. I just started it. I just opened up an N with Image Comics like that. So I'm we'll see what I can do.
I would love to do that. What else I got? I got Author Immortal number 1 was super
that was great.
Cool. Yeah,
taking all my picks, man.
super
that was a good book.
Yeah, sorry, I gotta take what I got. Yeah, it was super dope. I love like the super dark fantasy. I always love stories where like the book or the literature is coming to life, or like it just takes me back to my childhood. I'm always here for that. So I just love the tale they're spinning there. Love the artwork in that one.
Like some in the mouth of madness type shit almost, but with like J.K. Rowling.
Yeah.
That's a good way to put it. It definitely feels like we're going that way. I did love those scenes where that's who they're referencing. You know what I mean? That was hilarious. Superman: The Kryptonite Spectrum number 3 from W. Maxwell Prince and Martin Morazzo. Soups with Billy Batson at the Haunted Amusement Park. I just love Prince's voice for the characters, and also like these supervillains in this one. It was incredible. And then finally, I'll go Batman Dark Patterns number 11, our penultimate issue before this incredible series wraps up. This arc has been just as amazing as the rest. I don't know if it's my favorite, but I love it all the same. This bizarre villain who has a connection to the Doctor, and who's been present throughout the story. It's just incredible. Hayden Sherman doing incredible work. Again, we talked about it before, but I just love the old timey noirish weirdness of this one. It's been special. So a great year for the Dark Knight. But that'll be it for my rapid fire.
All right, Stu just took care of half of my rapid fire.
Sorry, man. I know.
It's fine, man. I love it, man. And Dark Patterns, second best Batman book of the year.
Oh my god!
And
so good.
And number 1 is not Batman and Robin year 1. So think about that. Like, as much as we talked about that book, Dark Patterns, fucking brilliant. I know I can get Dan. Maybe we should have a round table with Dan and let's try to get Hayden on. That would be great, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Holy, hey, by the way, everybody always like talks about Dan Mora being able to do 2 books a month. Hayden does the same thing. That's insane to me, right? They're still doing Absolute Wonder Woman while doing this, while doing fucking other things, right? And I'm so pumped for Batman Deadpool, y'all. You have no idea how pumped I am for that book. And Hayden does the Strange Constantine book. Oh my
god!
The preview page for that was like, what?
And isn't that one written by like Snyder, Tynion, and Williamson or something. Like it's like there's a bunch of writers
not
on that
sure.
one, I think,
Mhm.
but I could be wrong on that, but we'll see. Gem Mint, what about you? What's the best of the rest?
Speaking with Dan Mora, Rapid Fire, Transformers 25, great issue, kind of within itself, transitioning from Jorge Corona to Dan Mora with a different style, the grittiness to the more smooth, lightiness of his work. But that was a great issue. I'm digging Batman by Matt Fraction. Jorge Jimenez covers and interiors, amazing. This is kind of art heavy, my picks. Absolute Evil, issue 1, really like this. The Injustice League formation, poor Green Arrow. He got what he deserved. Get the hell out of here. What are you going to do? You're not going to do shit, and that's what happens there.
Absolute
Immortal
awesome.
Legend Batman, issue 3. Something about, it's Kyle Higgins, right?
Yeah.
Kyle
Yeah,
Higgins
some
stuff
Dan
just-
Mora, right? Another Dan Mora project, I think. Yeah.
And Kyle Higgins shit grows on me. The futuristic Riddler with the big double page spread, kind of. You got to find the riddle. I like that. That was cool. Another big art heavy kind of reason why I liked it. Yeah, this was insane. I think this is something for years to come. It's going to be a story that's going to be talked about. It'll probably be the most famous annual story. Can you think of another big story from like an annual issue that was like, oh, you got to check out that annual? Never happens. Quick shout out to DCKO and allowing me to jump onto some of these titles that I'm not reading in the major continuity. This is Joshua Williamson, if I'm not mistaken. Superman, love this. Love unlocking more secrets from the Fortress of Solitude. Another one with great artwork is here as well. Barrows, I'm not familiar with Barrows,
Yeah,
but
Eddie
I want to give
Barrows,
us.
it's great art, man.
Can I get a close up for this one, Robbie? Speaking of the artwork and speaking of making interiors, have put some respect on the interiors. We have Spider-Man, Wolverine. I think this doesn't get talked about enough because the story's not super strong, but it's two of my favorite characters. If you're looking at my Mount Rushmore of comic book characters, they're on them. And even though Kari Andrews, who did the cover, is not doing the interiors, Gerardo Sandoval, I think, is filling in that void. It's giving 90s McFarlane, where so much emphasis is put on the art and the design and just the position that they put the characters in. So I love this issue. I think it's kind of underrated. I think it sounds like a dumb and fun team up, but I always enjoy this. I think they go up, they go above and beyond when it comes to the interiors on this book.
I think it's one of the best Marvel books out right now. I love it. And like, I like Sandoval's work, but man, when Andrews is on that book, he was killing it. It's unstoppable, dude.
Yeah.
It's just, I wish I would have had him consistent for at least 5 issues for that first arc, right? And then move into this. But
I would love it. But they do go there with the story as well, like that at the end of the first arc, gutting Spider-Man, Wolverine, and it's like they leave you on the cliffhanger. It's fun stuff.
Yeah. It's good stuff, and it's Spider-Man and Wolverine, man. Like, it's a no-brainer, man. We love those characters. You're right. They're on the Mount Rushmore of the greatest characters of all time, especially at Marvel, right?
For
like,
sure.
they're their biggest draws are Spider-Man and Wolverine. And I think Marvel needs to put a little bit more respect on those names, if you know what I'm saying. And have just like Kari do a fucking Spider-Man or a Wolverine book. I don't give a shit, dude, because he's bringing in that like Todd McFarlane energy, right? And he does. This dude is so good, and Sandoval is good too, right? I don't like the shift in the art in the stories, but I do respect Sandoval's work as well because it's good. I just wish that Kari could have done one and Geraldo could have done another one. You know what I'm saying? Like, balance it out that way. But yeah, that's a really good rapid fire. You took a couple of my fucking picks, but
sorry about that, sir.
No, it's fine. That's how it's supposed to go, man. What about you, E? Take the rest of my picks. Let's go.
I was gonna say, let's see if I can knock every single one of them off here. I will talk about the book that I had here. It's the last floppy that I had ready. Good Devils Don't Play Fair with Wolves.
Yes.
The compilation that Nick Dragotta and David Brothers had. It's got stories that were in the back of Newburn, other stories that they published elsewhere too. But I love the fact that we have different artistic approaches on each and every one of the stories that are delivered here. And we already spoke about Dragotta, right? So I don't have to say anymore. This is a really, really fun one shot. Also, I can't wait to get to talk to them next weekend when they're in one of my local shops. That's going to be fun.
Super cool.
I slept on that one.
Yeah,
tell Nick that I got a piece of his screen tone if he wants it back. So.
I will. I'll definitely let him know. Absolute Superman. I've enjoyed this, and I agree that it's gotten better and better. The world building in Absolute Superman has been, I think, the premier thing. It's been the best part of this book. The characterization, though, has kind of fallen to the wayside from the jump, but this is the first issue where I feel like I understand the character, the adult character of Kal-El. We saw what his upbringing was like, but now I feel like I get his motivations, and that's been the strength of the issue that was released in October. Everything Dead and Dying, we got issue number 2. That one has been really fun. I've been surprised because I thought it was maybe going to ape on The Walking Dead and kind of feel the same way, and I feel like they're taking a different enough approach on the zombie tropes and the zombie aesthetic to make me really kind of intrigued by this. And when you throw Jacob Phillips on artwork for any book, I will pick it up. It's gonna get a chance, right?
And that's Tate writing it, right?
Tate Bromble, yeah, that's right.
Cool.
Yeah,
Great book.
So they're delivering on that.
and Aditya Bidikars on letters. Yep.
Yeah, you can't go wrong
Yeah,
with
that's
it
right.
either. Invincible Universe Battle Beast. That was a really, really fun issue where we get to see Battle Beast. Maybe this is the first time we have not seen him kind of get this one and done battle. There's things, you know, he got bested just a little bit, and we get to see that his little companion was not lying about the fact that dude should be running a kingdom, and he gets to grow back a little bit. So that was fun. Ghost
now.
Pepper. Yeah, for now, yes. Ghost Pepper. The first issues 2 and 3 kind of waned on me a little bit. I feel like it kind of got stuck in the mud, you know, but it got a plank underneath that tire, and they got the car up and running again here. This is a really fun issue. It was really exciting. It was really funny, and I feel like that's what they needed to deliver in this book. So I love that they brought the humor back with it, with that Joe Mad kind of vibe that Ludo Lullaby brings to the book. So that was really fun, and I will end on drumroll Thunderhead. This is kind of a cheat because
Hold
this
on
is
a second. Hold on a second, real quick. You said something about a drum roll.
a drum roll.
Oh. You got to get the sound deck on.
There we go. Love it.
It's not the right kind of drum roll, I don't think.
I just noticed
Yeah.
StreamYard added that this week or something. So it was like,
Did they?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I'm glad I could
That
set you
is-
up for that.
That is such a StreamYard drum roll.
yeah, it is. It's like, what are there
Weak as
bongos? What
hell.
the fuck is that, man? Hold on, what else we got? Hold on a second. What are you going to say, man? I'm
Easy, Stu.
so excited.
Shit.
My heart is racing.
Oh, that's a good one.
Oh, for God's
Yeah, that's a
sake.
good one. Anyway,
it's not
what was your next one?
It's my last one. It's a little bit of a cheat because most people don't have access to it yet. But Wes Craig had a Kickstarter for a book called Thunderhead. Thunderhead is a psychedelic MK Ultra version of a superhero kind of book, right? So it's him writing, Kevin Castellanos, who was on the trying to think of the most recent book here, and I think the most recent one was that You've Got Canceled. You've been canceled book.
Oh, that's a great book. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
that book.
Exactly.
Kurt
So
Pyre's book, right? That was from Mad
Mhm.
Cave or something. That was
Yep.
really good.
Kirk-
Yeah.
yeah.
Pierre's first
Yes.
off.
Yeah.
God damn it! Everybody corrects me on it.
Yes.
Really fun book. It's kind of refreshing seeing Wes Craig just take on writing duties. It was only issue number 1, but it was really worthwhile. Check out the Kickstarter to see if you could back it late or something like that, because physical rewards have not come out yet. And even if you can't, I'm sure it's going to be accessible some way, somehow after the Kickstarter is done. So make sure to check that out. Thunderhead was really, really cool.
All right, that was a well done job from the panel on Rapid Fire.
Thank you.
Wow. Really.
You think Brian's not going to use that
Look how happy you are.
Saturday night? All right. So my rapid fire is going to sound like I'm an IDW shill because y'all have taken everything. The one thing that's not IDW that I will talk about is Skinbreaker issue number 2.
Oh yeah, it was good.
Oh yeah.
David Finch, work of his career. Apparently he started working on this book years ago,
I
right?
heard.
And issue number 2, I thought I knew where this series was going, and issue number 2 took like a time jump.
Yeah.
And the way it works, I was just like, not only did it work visually, it just worked like on a story level, because I was like, holy shit. Like,
Mhm.
I
It's
didn't
really
realize we were jumping ahead. Like, that was really
Yep.
cool. I like that. But now on to the IDW shilling. TMNT Shredder number 2, written by Dan Waters. Fuck, who's the artist? There's 2 artists on this book. Does anybody know?
missed out on
Bandini
this
and
one.
someone else.
Yes, the Bandini in particular. I think the art in this book is freaking phenomenal, man. Like, I really like it. I like what IDW is doing with Turtles right now. And honestly, I wouldn't say right now they're the publisher of the year, but I would definitely say if we're doing that like MLB comeback player of the year kind of thing, which by the way isn't an insulting award if you really think about it, right? Like, oh yeah, you were good, then you sucked, now you're good again. That's IDW this year. they have the Rebound Award for me. Speaking of them, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 12, the final issue from Jason Aaron and Juan Ferreira. Yeah, I'm sad it's over, but what a great ending. What a great setup for what's to come. They have sent me a PDF of issue number 13 by Yang and Williams, but I have not read it because I'm just not ready for this run to end. Like, it's the best. It's my favorite Turtles run outside of the initial Eastman and Laird stuff, right? Which I was not reading when it first came out. Starship Godzilla, issue number 1. Mecha Godzilla is now a starship. There's a team. I don't know. This book was way better than I thought it should be. And I really love what IDW was doing with the Godzilla property, especially in the Kaisei era, which leads me to my final pick for Rapid Fire, which is Godzilla Escape from the Dead Zone, issue number 3. That's the best book that nobody's reading, right? Good. Like, it's so fucking good. You don't even have to be plugged in to Godzilla to understand or vibe or really feel what the story is and enjoy it. It's the art's insane. Who are the writers? It's Sheridan and Parker. Is that
Sheridan,
who it is?
Yeah, Ethan Parker and Griffin Sheridan.
They've apparently been doing good stuff. And I've been talking to some IDW people about getting some of the Godzilla creators on the show because I just think that they are really doing fantastic work. IDW is mostly a licensed property company at this point, right? One of the best sellers at my comic shop is Sonic the Hedgehog, right? Believe it or not. None of us ever talk about that fucking book, but apparently it's good. I don't know. It sells really well. Fans of Sonic.
Like kids read that though, right?
Yeah. They do, but like kids and fucking adults like us who grew up with Sonic, but I was more of a Mario Nintendo guy, right? So like Sonic doesn't resonate with me, but man, apparently what they're doing with Sonic, and I did read the DC Sonic book and I fucking loved that shit. I thought it was great. So IDW's actually really had a rebound year. And they're taking these properties like TMNT, like Godzilla, and really doing interesting, unique, and innovative things with them. And I appreciate that. So that's Rapid Fire. That's the end of the show. Nick, final thoughts. What you got coming up?
Missed the comic book look ahead last weekend, so I'm planning on doing it this weekend. Apologies for that. That was pretty stupid. But yeah, keeping that one going. And yeah, we had a great time with Comics Curing Cancer last week. You guys, everybody out there did an amazing job, raised like $63,000, I think. It was incredible.
Yep.
Something like that. So shout out to the whole crew and everybody that helped donate and plug and share and like and watched and whatever else. So yeah, we just had a hell of a time with that. And then we did a interview with David Papose last week. It's on my channel right now. Ink and Insights crew. We had what a crazy talent he is. Such a generous guy with his time. Amazing storyteller, and yeah, really passionate dude. We had a great time talking to him, so check that out.
Yeah, I love that dude. When I saw him at MegaCon, he comes up, he just gives me a fucking big hug.
I
love
that. He
shit.
gives good hugs. Yeah,
he does. It's great. You can tell. Like, yeah, all right, he does. All right, Stu, I appreciate you being here. I know you got to dip out for it right now.
Fuck yeah. And over to Blood Splatter Chatter, talk about, I mean, one of the best there. One of the best to ever do it, and one of the best films ever. So can't wait to be a part of that conversation. But you can catch me on Dr. Doom's Fan Club, IG and YouTube, dropping new content all the time, covering new issues and old. And then, of course, Ink and Insights every Wednesday, 9:30 p.m. Eastern with my homie right down there, my homie E. But I got to hop off and head over to Vern's. But I love y'all. Thank y'all for having me. Chat, love y'all. Thank everybody who donated to Comics Curing Cancer.
Hell yeah. Get the fuck out of here. Gong. There you go. Gong sound effect. I love that. That's great. All right. Gem Mint, thank you so much for being here for the second month in a row. We really appreciate your thoughts and perspective. So what you got coming up, bro?
Yeah, just keeping up with the weekly books, occasional omnibus, occasional statue, occasional comic convention. Just, we're winding down. First of all, I almost forgot again. Happy Halloween, everybody. Tomorrow, be safe. I'm looking at you, Robbie.
What does that mean, be safe? What does that mean? I'm looking at you. Be safe, motherfucker. What does that mean?
No, so we're looking forward to that. We're coming up to the holidays. We're kind of winding down a little bit. But yeah, man, come swing by. Usually try to put out something a few times a week.
Hell yeah. I got the Uber app, so I'm good tomorrow. But yeah, I'll let you know if I survive Halloween. I love that place. I love Halloween. every
I
day
know.
for me. So I get what you're saying. Thank you. E, what you got coming up?
Yeah, me and Stu took the week off from all the Ink and Insights kind of stuff here. So we're going to be coming back strong next week on Tuesday with notes from the editors, Wednesday with Ink and Insights over on Dr. Doom's fan club. I'll shout out something that Stu didn't shout out here because he just dropped a Fresh Ink episode all about the Absolute Batman Annual. So make sure to go check that out.
Word.
Otherwise, shout out to Purple Gloves. This seat, being in the Greg seat does weird things to you. So I don't know. Purple Gloves, Batman, all day, every day.
What the fuck is it with you and these
Good poll.
all you motherfuckers about purple gloves? Like that's what makes a good Batman book is purple gloves. What?
That's when he used to have the pistol with him.
I get it. It's just it's fine. All right, that's cool. No, the Absolute Batman was fucking great, dude. Like, and what's crazy is I think I saw Legion make a video about it, like how controversial the fucking book was. And I was like, I didn't notice anything controversial about the fucking book. And then everybody's like, oh, he's kicking the ass of like white supremacists. I was like, I thought we all hated white supremacists. I don't I don't understand. I guess there's a political nature to that, I guess. But like to me, I'm like, yeah, dude, Batman wants to fight fucking stupid ass fucks. Like, let's go. Like, dude.
Right.
If it's controversial, you're on the wrong side of history. That's all it is.
Well, I wouldn't say that, but yeah, you're right. Yeah, if you don't like white supremacists,
come on.
What makes
That's
it
not
more
what Mark was saying.
what makes it more controversial is the stuff that he's posted on his own socials that wasn't tied to the book. So in itself,
like him against the ICE agent or whatever,
right? So then when people correlate that, but when you're reading it, like that's what I said in my video. Like, at face value, this is like it's a powerful, crazy story. Right. In an annual that would usually people wouldn't give a shit about.
That was your
and he did what he normally does in like his other books. It felt like a power bomb visually. It felt like what he did in Transformers, but then he put like a heavy story on it, which you don't really get heavy with those other books. And it was just that combination was like a bomb, man.
Fuck yeah. And dude, when he breaks that dude's arm, you feel that like it's just like cartoonish and like Daniel Warren Johnson. Jesus Christ. I had this conversation behind the scenes the other day with a few people, some of them part of the actual industry, right? Like not just retailers and reviewers and commentators, but like members of the writers and editors and shit. And they were saying like, because I was like, why? Like if Marvel wants to make some kind of go, give Daniel Warren Johnson Thor for 5 years.
That's your pick, Thor?
He wouldn't do it. That's
but imagine if they coughed up the fucking money to because they could. They could give
the money.
Give him some money. Give him a percentage of profits. Imagine Daniel Warren Johnson cooking on Thor. Is the first thing that pops in my mind, right?
Thor doing wrestling moves to people.
No, I do 5 years
with a hammer and
5 years of that. Give him some lead time so it comes out like regularly. Give him James Herron as the second artist on every other arc or something like that, bro. Yeah. Or even Jorge, like not Jimenez, but Corona. Like Jesus Christ, dude. Like,
oh yeah.
One of the things I love is that Jim Mint said this tonight. He goes, a lot of my books seem to be art forward tonight. Yeah. That's what makes great comics, right? And it's not easy doing comic book art, and not every mainstream comic book has solid art that really captures people's attention. Why did we all love comics growing up in the 90s, right?
Yeah,
it's because we would open those books up and be like, what the fuck, dude? It's still Todd's idea. Todd McFarlane's idea is everybody grabs a comic, they open it up. Let's put where they open it up to be the most badass fucking art they've seen this week in a comic shop. It makes us want to buy this shit. Daniel Warren Johnson is that guy right now, man. It's him, right. Mora, Jimenez. They're slaying it, dude. They're killing it, dude. It's absolutely fantastic. So
he did do that Beta Ray Bill. That was like a 5-issue mini. That was good, man.
It was nuts.
I liked that. I liked that a lot. But like,
Hulk would be crazy.
Wonder Woman, Dead Earth. Yeah.
I've talked to a lot of people. Some don't want to be named, but Ron V doesn't mind me naming him. Ron V, for instance, told me like, yeah, working at Marvel fucking sucks right now, dude. So I won't do it. Right. So
I bet.
That's what happened. That's why his Carnage book wasn't good. Like he told me, he's like, yeah, Robbie, they like the first script I sent in, they said approved. I read the book and I was like, I didn't write these 3 fucking pages. Who is this character? And he goes, you know what? I'm fucking done. And
Oh,
he
that's
even
crazy.
like I love his story because he goes, this, I think this was behind the scenes. Maybe he said this on air. I don't remember, but he was like, everybody kept telling me, okay, he goes, the editor responded back and said, you do not want to go against Marvel editorial because Marvel's the biggest gig you're ever going to have. And
Okay.
Ron
Jeez
B
Louise.
responded so dramatically because he goes, Robbie, I'm very dramatic. And I was like, me too. And he goes, he sent him a response saying, I would rather die by my own sword than allow you to change my work again.
Damn.
Yeah. Good for him.
Respect.
Fuck yeah. And that's why Carnage was not very good from Ron B. So there you go.
kidding.
I don't know what the conversation was with Robert about Creature from the Black Lagoon, but maybe that was more Dan's thing. I don't know. We'll see. We love you guys. We're dipping out. Go check out The Thing over at Blood Splatter Chatter to wrap up Horror Fest. And next Thursday, we're going to be over at Blood Splatter Chatter for the Horror Fest post show, which is a Horror Fest look back, a little bit of trivia and a giveaway. So check that out. And in November, we're going to be talking about the Lord of the Rings trilogy week by week with the same panel, the extended versions. So check that shit out. We'll be back next month for the best comics of the month stream. We love you. We appreciate you. We're